Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. If you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. I'ma stand up for mine. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving. Oh, I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. You see, the devil ain't a glance, boy. Shotgun knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. I told you not to fuck with Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down.
John Denicola.
I got mine too.
What's the truth?
So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land.
Good to see you, Jim.
This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. If you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house.
I got a baby girl inside this house, and right now she's sound asleep, so it's probably best for the both of us if you just turn around and leave. Cause if you come in this fucking house, then you too gonna go to sleep. I promise you, boy, don't play with me. I pray to God my soul to keep. Especially this day and age, gotta handle shit our own way. With a 30-30 or 12 gauge behind this door, you're hella weight. My old lady, she rides too, picking up every shell case, mopping up these blood stains, but she ain't seen a damn thing. Most of my people are convicts, hard-headed, no nonsense, so please approach with caution. You never know who's watching, you never know what's on the other side of that front door, and you knocking might step out like Motherfuckers get the dropping. All the neighbors heard was the dogs barking. The sun was down, it was getting dark. And I told the sheriff, it ain't no problems, man. I was just taking out the garbage. So if you don't mind, please excuse me. I'm with the family trying to watch a movie. I'm sure you got better things to do, so I'll let you go and get back to do.
Coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. If you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy.
Got a call about a disturbance. Oh, that sounds loud. What's everybody doing? How are you all? What's truth? Hope you feel better, brother. 8 teeth problems. I got no teeth. John De Nicola. What's going on, buddy? I'm doing pretty good. John Eagle, how are you? Starting to feel a lot better finally. After I started doing physical therapy, it really started helping me out. Still in a lot of pain, but now at least I know why I'm in a lot of pain. So, been making it a lot better. But yeah, what do you think of Trump and guilty of 34 charges? Our next president. Do have some interesting news. So, roasting my after work blunt and getting ready to hit the beach. You go, brother. Enjoy. So I found out my son took this dog in because his friend was getting a divorce from his wife and had nowhere to go for a few days. And turns out the dog is pregnant and had 6 puppies. One of them is the silver lab, so I got offered the silver lab, so I'm kind of excited. I know somebody on this channel said, "Wait, your dog will find you." Well, my dog found me. Kind of interesting. So, got myself a silver lab. Be living here since it was born, so that's another interesting thing. Get to raise the dog on my channel with the people, so that gives me some content since things have been kind of slow for me. They're all insane in the membrane. So yeah, at least I'm starting to recover, starting to feel like a human being again. Definitely still fucking have shitty voice. Still have a lot of bad headaches from muscle pain where it mounts to my skull. But sweet pup, yeah, I'm excited. Something to keep me busy, something to take dog walks with, something to hang out and have fun with. And keep that mind rolling. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. What's truth? No pictures yet. I'll try and get some pictures tomorrow. This dog is literally 24 hours old, but yeah, I'll get some pictures tomorrow. She's beautiful. Kind of like the color of Slow Burner's dog. I guess they call it something champagne. I forget what he said, but very similar. I would say a little more silver than champagne brown. I borrow all the neighbors' dog for beach walk buddies. Ah, that's a good one. Hey, why not? A lot of people neglect their dog until it's dying and then they're heartbroken, you know? But all this 50 hours of me and Elsa before she passed away walking on the channel. So, Clint Brook, good to see you, my brother. Hope you're well over there in England. Yeah, I hope everybody's well. 8 people, appreciate you. Yeah. Most part of my dad is not smoking weed. Love getting actual exercise. Right? Oh, yeah, yeah. When you get your teeth out, you're not supposed to smoke. Yeah. I quit smoking cigarettes before my surgery. I haven't had one. Yeah, thanks, says Clint. You haven't had a cigarette since before surgery. That was quit a month before surgery so that I'd hoping that I would recover better. So I've been about 3.5, 4 months, almost 4 months without a smoke. So that was another good thing that came out of my surgery was it's not smoking. So got a lovely crop of weed growing, 6 plants growing. Let's see. When did I talk to Grim last? About 3 or 4 days ago. He's moving somewhere, so if he hasn't been on, that's probably why. Yeah. Oh, he said he was moving out of the city into the country, so giving up hard drugs was easy, but cigarettes, no chance. Yeah, I beat the cigarettes, bro. I'd quit for 8 years, and recently I bought that motorcycle last year, and every time I'd get on that bike and allegedly go, 140, 150 miles an hour, I'd have a cigarette after because my heart was falling out of my chest. So, yeah, I'm going to buy some clones for my yard this week. Nice, brother. Buy them at a dispensary out here. Finally. Getting our new car in a few weeks. Good for you, bro. Fuck. I don't even have a car. I'm so fucking poor. Yeah. They're rough. My van's gonna be off the road soon. Can't get it inspected anymore. She's a rusted out piece of shit. That's what happens when you get disabled, man. You get fucked. I'm in Oregon, so weeds everywhere and clones are easy to find. Nice. Sweet Caroline. Oregon, huh? Out in Boston. Cape Cod. It's Been beautiful weather, man. Spring's been like summer. Insane. Totally. Let's see.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so
Town
I
I
can
live
sit
in
out here
has
and
10K
waste my
people
life
and
away.
11 weed
Drag
stores.
back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like
Get a
me.
mobility car
People
on
like
lease
you,
$400 a
wish I
month,
could
and that
just wake
includes
up
insurance. Get
and
the
not
fuck
be
out. I
true,
want to move to
but it
England.
is.
Well,
All
it is.
living in the
That's a good deal.
world. With an
Shit, you couldn't get a
whole
car in
soul.
America for that. Darlene!
Richmond, north of Richmond, Lord knows it all. Just wanna have
To see you,
total
Darlene.
control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed
Just
to no
telling
end.
everybody, Darlene, I got myself a dog.
North of Richmond.
The dog found me, which was quite fun. Silver Lab. Pretty rare, too.
Politicians, look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground. 'Cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down.
I'll have some pictures of the dog
It's a
tomorrow.
damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me. People
What's my
like
sound
you.
tonight? I haven't been live in
Just
forever.
wake
I
up
don't even know it.
and
I
not
forgot to
be
even
true,
ask.
but it is.
Am I loud? Does it sound good? 5 by 5? How are we?
With an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no
Dimey Charlie Belly.
Richmond, north of Richmond.
Northwoods. Woo-woo. Sounds good. Got yourself a new puppy. Yeah, I'm excited, darling. Silver Lab. It was literally born in my house.
I've been selling my
My
soul,
soul.
working all day,
Hey.
overtime hours.
Always said the dog chooses you, not you choosing the dog. It's crazy that you say that, Clint, because somebody said that on my channel about a month ago. They said that your dog will find you, hippie. Don't rush into it. And sure enough, it's the guy from Australia. Lord.
They'd have me strung up in the psych ward. 'Cause every day living in this new
My
world.
favorite song.
One too many days to me, son. We're on the brink of the next world war.
There's a link if somebody wants to come say hi.
Nobody's praying no more.
Hey Douglas, you enjoy yourself, brother. Have a nice walk. Stay safe out there, my friend. Happy for you, hippie. Thank you, darling. Good to see you.
I don't know which road to go. Been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way. Cussing myself
Every damn day.
Always some kind of bill to pay. People just doing what the rich man say.
Thank you, Northwoods.
I wanna go home.
Right? Good to see you too, Northwoods. Clint Brooks says, you know that Elsa will be guiding your new puppy spiritually.
Farm in the ground. Grandson sails
Thank
to
you,
a
Douglas.
man out of town. And 2 weeks later, trees go down. Only got concrete growing around. I wanna go.
Nice to see you say your name too, by the way, Clint.
I wanna go home.
Why I took the silver dog. Could never replace Elsa. Get another chocolate lab, so.
I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way. Cussing myself every damn day. People have really gone and lost
their way. So for life. Good to see you, my brother.
I
wanna go home.
If it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the sideboard.
Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you, Chill for Life. Hippie's finally started to feel like a human being again after that crazy fucking surgery almost killed me. But, yeah, thank God for physical therapy, man. It's just helping me get better, so. Vivo. We want to quickly stop playing that song. But yeah, thank God for physical therapy, man. Because, big help. Been a minute since I've been online. He forgot what he was doing up here. But let's see. Myron? Hey, Myron, I heard you lost your puppies. Sorry to hear that, brother. I just got myself a brand new puppy. Basically today. It was born yesterday in my backyard. Hip Hop Hippie. That's a great song. I think I have that one loaded in here one of these days. I got the Dirty Mike song loaded in here. I didn't think I ever got to the Josh's song is in here. I love this song. Good shit. I love that shit.
Just thought you should know.
Alright, how about this shit? Let's see. Present, share screen, something a little different. See how long it takes for YouTube to blast us out.
Energy vampires. Well, energy vampires can suck you dry. That's why I keep my circle small. That's why I keep my circle tight. I learn my lessons. Always trust my intuition. Cause people, they don't have my best intentions. Pay attention. Cause there's always more snakes in the grass. Ready to bite any chance that they have. I burn the stage to cut ties and say my goodbyes to anybody out there that doesn't deserve my time. Cause my time is precious and my energy delicious. They be trying to eat without doing the dirty dishes. I love you from a distance, so please get out of my kitchen. If you don't serve the goddess, get your check because you're finished like a niece. I'm free from toxicity, and I use an evil eye to protect my energy. So if you don't respect my boundaries, you're a succubus. I don't need all do a ceremony just to cut your cords because I love me. I know my worth, I know I shine, so I'm gonna protect my energy all the time. I know I'm cold, I know I'm divine, so I'm gonna protect my energy all the time. Yeah. protect me all the time. I'm well aware that I attract what I allow in. I am a vibration, people can tune in. I broadcast, I am love, I am abundance. I am an armor made the golden light I trust in. My spirit guides, they help me land upon the best path. I'm learning how to navigate being an empath. Sometimes the red flags look green, I forget that I'm me. Then I remember I'm the farmer that's been planting all the seeds. I meditate for circle 999 and feel free. Ho'oponopono, please forgive cause I am sorry. Yes, I forgive and I let go because I love you. Yes, I forgive and I let go because I love me. I know my word, I know I shine. So I'm gonna protect my energy all the time. I know I'm gold.
Happy fucking Friday, Earthlings. What's up, 420 somewhere? Welcome. Welcome to the Wandering Hippie Show. Hippie's feeling better, a little chill Friday night. Doing physical therapy. It's reviving me from my hell of pain that I've been in. A little weed.
I know my word, I know I shine. So I'm gonna protect my energy.
Gotta have some 420 somewhere.
I know I'm gold, I know I'm divine. So I'm gonna protect my energy all the time. Protect me all the time. Protect me all the time. I know my word. Protect me all the time. I know I shine. So I'm gonna protect my energy all the time. I know I'm gold. I know I'm divine. I'm so divine, babe. So I'm gonna protect my energy all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's up? Everybody doing this fine evening. Wait. How is everybody? Not much new here. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. I'm lost.
When you were here before,
Me.
couldn't look you in the eye.
Postmodern
Just like an angel, your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special.
There's a link out there. Who wants to say hi? Don't bite much. A little bit. What the hell am I doing?
I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control.
Going on, hippie? Same old thing, different day. I uploaded 4 videos back I think 2 weeks ago. Music, pictures, what you got? I haven't dropped anything. Couple of sunsets, and that's about it.
Yeah, I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. What the hell am I doing here? I don't know.
Nice.
What I said, I did you whatever makes you happy, whatever
If good to see you.
you're so very
Very
special.
special.
Yeah, I wish I
Wish I
was
was
special,
special.
but I'm a creep. Ooh, I said it. I'm a
That right there.
What am I
This is
doing
postmodern
here?
jukebox. You want a link? Here's a link to this song, which is the girl singing. She's postmodern jukebox is a channel where they take modern songs and they turn them into blues. Or let me give you a link. Here's a link to this song. Check out the channel. It's a great channel. I'll be playing some more of their music here in a minute. So they do a lot of amazing stuff.
I don't wanna be
Alone.
alone. I'm a creep. I'm what the hell am I doing here? Oh yeah, oh no, I don't belong here.
What up? What up?
I
What's up, my brother?
What's up? Like
How
that?
are you?
Like that picture? That's a blast from the past, baby.
That is a blast from the past. Love the color. How's you, man? How's the kid?
Oh man, she's great. She's a hellion, man. I tell you what.
Keeps you busy, right?
Oh my God, she's gonna keep me young though. That's the good thing, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. Heck.
How you doing, man? You get your neck all straightened out and everything, or what?
I've been doing physical therapy and it's really helping me move along because I had a corpectomy. I don't know if you know what a corpectomy is, but
I have
pretty
no
serious.
idea. I just know you got some neck shit done and some vertebrae
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, they removed the vertebrae. They notched the upper and lower vertebrae above and below it, and they took a bone from somebody else's leg and put it from the upper vertebrae to the lower one, and then they put a cage over all of that, connecting all three vertebrae together. Pretty, pretty intense.
Sounds
I
painful.
got dead people parts, and that in itself is a little weird, you know. That'll be my third dead body part in me.
Frankenstein hippie. Is that what we're?
Trying to get these pubes to grow a little bigger, bro. So more female parts. I thought might give me a little more female.
I like going into
Anyway.
I like going into female parts. I don't like female parts going into me. I'm just saying.
No. I hear you. That's good to hear me laugh.
Man, I'm glad to see you back out here, though, man. I mean, Jesus, there ain't been
Yeah,
shit on.
It's been a tough couple of months for me, man. It wasn't until I started this physical therapy and got with this head of the physical therapy place that really got me going. You know what I mean? Because when you're in a lot of pain, it's hard to motivate. And the problem with that is the weaker you get, the more you're in pain. So
Right.
really takes getting motivated and doing stuff and just pushing yourself outside that realm. So once you start doing that, I start feeling better. I've
Well,
been
that's
like 5 or 6 7 days of straight feeling pretty good. So, and I got myself a dog, so that was kind of, the dog found me, which was really strange. So I'm
yeah.
excited about that because I've been brokenhearted about losing my Elsa.
Did you see what John Denicola said?
What's he saying? Yeah, don't buy into this guy hippie. He's got a cloud chaser. Yeah, he is. No, I don't care about how big I am. I just like to hang out with people and get stoned and enjoy, have fun. Because God knows life is too short. Next thing you know, you're fucking dead. And,
Yeah.
I don't like going to bars and all that shit. So for me, hanging out online and talking about people's stories and
Shit, go out
yeah,
front. Go out front and sell some brownies, man. It's the what is it? It's the season, right? Everybody's back in town.
right? I got some brownies right out in the kitchen,
Man,
boy.
yeah,
We
go out
sell
front
some
in
of
your front
those, we
yard
might
and
be in
sell some of
trouble.
those.
Yeah, we might get in trouble if we sell those brownies out there. Life is short. Before you know it, you are everlasting. Yeah, before you know it, you're like me, falling apart at the seams,
Yeah,
growing breasts and shit. Yeah, well, I wanted something new to play with anyway.
right.
Cop watching and towing chronicles.
Yep.
Been out there doing stuff.
No, man, not really. Since Justice has been born, man, I just been. She's a full time job, man, on top of my full time job,
All right, gotcha.
But I mean, it's gonna lighten up, man, and she's starting to get to that point where I can probably leave her with more people to babysit because she's, you know what I mean. She's not an infant, and
I'm on my second generation. She's 14 now, bro. So believe me.
oh well,
But
I got an 11-year-old granddaughter, so
there you go. So
yeah. I'm
just
right.
when you think it's gonna let up, it gets worse.
Mhm. I don't know what
Especially with these young girls.
I don't know what I was thinking at 50 years old having another kid, but here I am.
No comment. I mean, hey, it'll make you live longer. That's all I can say. You'll never slow down.
I hope
Keeps
so.
you motivated. I mean, definitely worked for me. So
I really feel bad about it, and then I start talking to more people, and then I find that a lot more people around my age that's had kids, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I don't feel so bad. I'm like, what the
right,
hell was I thinking? All my kids were grown up. I was like, man, I was just living my best life, in my 40s, and then
right.
bam, here I am, got another
Back at
one.
it.
Yeah.
18 years, 17 years. Hey, man, I don't know. I think it's awesome.
She's great, though. I don't have a daughter, I didn't have a
Oh,
daughter.
really?
No,
Oh,
I got
shit.
all boys. And then
Wow. So that almost, I mean, it's like me.
I got 3 boys, and Ajat's got 4 boys. So Justice was a godsend for both of us.
I saw that on Facebook, John Denicola. I saw Jeff showing his kid graduating from high school. That's definitely a proud moment, for sure.
Yeah, he's got both his sons graduated. His son graduated last year, and then I I think last year or the year before, and then just yesterday, his youngest.
Nice. Good for him. Makes you feel good when your
They're good
kids do
boys.
good, right?
They're actually really good boys, man. I've met them both. They're great.
Your best years will always be the days you spent parenting, says Mom's Wholesale. Yeah, it has its moments. It has its moments, I'm just going to say.
Well, I'll
Just
find out with
another
this girl, right?
I mean, I feel like, I know insult to women, or I just feel like girls are a lot harder than boys. More to worry about. Things are more expensive. Guys are pieces of shit. Kids today have no respect for anybody,
Oh
you
no.
know. And God forbid something happens bad to your kid, you'd be jail, sadly, because
You nailed
the
it.
system don't give a shit, they don't see you as a father. Hey, New Hampshire mountain girl, what's up? They don't see you as a father sticking up for your family. They just see you as money and an offender.
Yep.
So sucks.
This world is turning on us, hippie.
It is. It's really bad. Yeah, I mean, wars, attempted wars, almost wars everywhere. Trump just got charged with 34 charges, and he'll soon be our president with 34 charges.
34 felonies.
Yeah, but it's not going to stop him from being president. It has to be treasonous.
This helped him.
Right.
Believe it or not.
It just keeps him in the news and relevant, right?
They said he made $39 million in donations in 10 hours after that verdict.
Jesus Christ.
$39 million.
Jeez. Meanwhile, like $39.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Send me $1.
Price of gas is ridiculous. Food is super ridiculous.
Oh, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, used to be able to go in the grocery store and $200 would fill a cart. Now $200 fills a couple of bags. It's fucking retarded.
Yeah, I remember. I used to have a running joke that every time I went to Walmart, I'd spend at least $100. Now I'm to the running joke that every time I go to Walmart, I spend at least $300.
I was there a couple days ago. I spent $309.
I believe it, man. Probably all on food, huh?
Yeah, it was my wife's birthday, so we bought a few things for the house. And
what's up, Joko?
Joko bought some cosmetic stuff, so that's.
Oh yeah, that shit is.
Because I gotta look good, Tell. I mean, you can't come on here without some base and makeup and eye blush, and
Oh, I gotta get.
Isn't that how you do it?
I got to get my hair cut tomorrow, man. So I am unshaven and all shit right now. That's why I got the camera off. I look like hell right now. I look homeless.
I am homeless.
I'm about $300 away from being homeless. You know what I mean? At any given point.
Yeah. Yeah, being disabled sucks. I went from making like $6,000 a month to fucking barely breaking $2,000 on disability. I'm starving all the time. Give me just enough money to survive. That's how the system is. You pay taxes your whole life and do the right thing, and they still stick it in your bum dry. A belated happy birthday to Mississippi. Yeah, her birthday was, and my son, both on the same day.
Really? Happy birthday
yesterday, 2 days ago.
Your wife and your child.
Thank you, brother.
Son. Is it the son that was always used to be like in the background sometimes on your streams?
Yep.
Yeah.
Smoking that weed. He go ATL. Here's a link. Yeah, smoking that weed. He's doing real good. He's bought himself a truck and got a good job. And
What's the work like up? I mean, what's the work like up there by you, man? I mean, since that's like a
I
tourist
mean,
town.
if I could work, I could find work, no problem. But
But I mean, is it like because it's like a tourist town? So like, it's mostly just like touristy shit or what?
He works for a prevailing wage company, does mainly work for the government, so he makes pretty good money, you know. So he was just working at an airport. They were there for a month or two, and they were flying. They were flying in once in a while, or they were taking a ship in from the mainland to the island. So
No.
you're lucky if you're working 6 hours, but you're putting in 12-hour days. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
But making fucking $40-$50 an hour.
It's the way to do it, though. Yeah. I just had a guy actually come up to me the other day, or I stopped him. This is a funny story. So I'm driving down the street and I'm working on this house, and I keep seeing this pickup truck, and I look at the license plate, and the license plate says tow life. Doesn't say tow for life, but it says tow life. And I'm like, I need to figure out what's up with this dude in that license plate. So I see him outside his house one day when I'm leaving the job, right? So I stop and talk to him, right? And he's a tow truck driver. He works for somebody. He doesn't own his own truck and all that. This dude tells me he's making $100,000 a year. I said, you got to be shitting me. He goes, no. He goes, I'm making $100,000 a year. He said, look at my old lady's car. Look at my car. He said, I bought all that working. I was like, I'm in the wrong business again. Like, I need to quit. He said, I bought all that working. I was like, echo. I'm in the wrong business again. Like, I need to
Got your
cut that
YouTube
off,
brother.
ATL.
There we go. What do we got here? It's
ATL.
I don't know what that is. An elf with a nutcracker?
I think it's an elf.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So is that my balls? My balls in the nutcracker?
How you getting by with your it's your back that's messed up, right?
Neck. You can just see that little scar there. It's getting better, man. Now that I'm doing physical therapy and they're telling me, what I can and can't do and where I can move and where I can't move. And I think, one of my main problems is just atrophy of my muscles from the tragedy of the surgeries fucked me up bad, because I'm having a lot of headaches, and she's saying that's where the muscles attached to the base of my skull, and I'm having a lot of base of my neck pain, which is she's saying is where the muscle attaches to my skeletal shoulders. So, which makes sense, and she shows pictures and points out the muscles, and so we've been working on these areas, and it's really been making a difference.
You get yourself a TENS unit.
I'm not sure what a TENS unit is. Are you talking about that
vibrating
thing?
Yeah, they put the pads on, and then you turn the electricity on, and it kind of they help.
Fuck that.
No, they help. They help.
Yeah. No, I'm just smoking weed, bro. Weed. Lots of weed. And for a while, I was taking muscle relaxers, but I stopped taking those now. I don't take anything anymore, just weed.
Yeah, the muscle relaxers will make you feel too lazy.
Yeah. Help me sleep through the night, though. That's where I was still having problems. Because I turned down the pain medicine pretty early. I probably should have gone another run of pain meds before I jumped out, but I'm glad I did, because that shit's addicting. I've already dealt with that addiction and blah, blah, blah.
How long were you on them?
I took a total of 40. So, I don't know, 10 days, something like that. Yeah, 9 days. I stopped taking them. Then I had 4 for a while, and then I finally took those. And she said, you could have some more. And I'm like, nah, I'll just take the muscle relaxers. And I probably should have asked for another set of pain medicine. Probably would have made it easier. But again, we're getting there now. Elmer Skaggs. I gotta owe it all to that woman, my physical therapist, for really just getting me motivated, getting me moving, shit like that. Because that's the hard part when you're in pain and you're miserable. It's hard to motivate. You just want to sleep and sleep and sleep. So
Yeah, I can't walk very well anymore.
yeah,
I'm trying to get a wheelchair from the VA, but they keep on giving me the runaround.
Really, they won't even get you a fucking wheelchair, huh? The fuck?
No, I've been trying to get a wheelchair for a couple of years now, and they keep on giving me the runaround.
Now you're looking for a nice electric one, though. I assume not just a regular fucking wheelchair, but still.
Yeah.
I know the VA is. My buddy was blown up at a checkpoint. He was a sniper, and his spotter died, and he was in the hospital for a long, long time. And 5 people where he was at the checkpoint died, and he's tried to kill himself a dozen times because he has the death guilt. Like, why did my friends die and I didn't die? Especially a spotter. So, and they don't really want to help him. They just want to give him, medicine and
Yep.
Shove him down the take 2 and call me tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's
they're not good people. They're not good people. The VA sucks. They hire the worst people in the world, and they don't fire them. That's where where they get fired in other places, they all gravitate to the VA because they can't get fired there.
Good to be here, Elmer Skaggs. Yeah, it's kind of like the police department, right? They move from like the richer part of somewhere to the more poorer part until they're in the slum, and you know what I mean? But they still got their job. Like all these cops that, get moved from department to department to department until finally they kill somebody. And then it's a big deal. Like, no, you guys could have stopped him a long time ago. I just saw a video. Like, I haven't really been following a lot, and just my head hasn't been in the game. But I saw a video yesterday or the day before, and it was this old woman. Cops were beating on her door at 2 a.m. She had no idea who it was. She grabbed her gun out of her table beside her bed, and she started walking towards the door. Cops are looking through the window. They see her headed towards the door with a gun. They start firing, and they shoot her like 12 times. She lives, and oops, what the fuck? Shit's happening every fucking day. It's insane to even watch the news. Put your foot down.
If the news covers it, instead if
Right.
it's their agenda, they won't cover it.
Yeah, well, it takes a certain person fighting for the freedom of information before suddenly these videos, because I'm sure that one didn't get released at the happiness of. There was 2 female cops just fucking unloading their whole fucking clip, like the fucking woman's in her house with a legal gun, and she's like 70 years old. What the fuck?
Yeah, that happened. That happened to another chick. The cop didn't even announce himself, wasn't knocking, was creeping in the girl's backyard, and she seen him creeping, and she picked her gun up, and she was a younger chick. I forgot her name now, but that cop fired through the window and killed her.
Yeah.
And he was creeping around her house in her backyard.
And then I'm sure he got away with it, because this qualified immunity shit,
Mm-hmm.
It's
a couple of states got rid of it.
Right, what, Ohio got rid of it, right? I think it was one of them.
Colorado and New York got rid of it.
Wow. I wonder if anything's changing in those 2 states because of the removal of the qualified immunity, or is it just that cops just never make it to where they get charged?
Well, if you watch what's his name? DEM, is it
EMA?
yeah, he's out there in Colorado.
Yeah.
And the cops' attitudes have changed drastically.
Have it? Yeah. Well, that's good. Those guys have been real busy out there shaking it up too, so makes sense. That things might change.
What gets me, man, is if you're a person that's got a fucking heart, you know what I'm saying? Even if that was you and you was the cop and you accidentally shot and killed somebody, you wouldn't even want to be a cop after that, would you? Like, right. I'd be like, I got to find some other, I couldn't sleep at night. You know what I mean? But these guys, they're getting promotions and shit. Next thing you know, they're sergeants and lieutenants, and they're happy to be cops after they wrongfully shot and killed somebody. It's just insane.
Well, it's crazy because I had this exact discussion today with my physical therapist about, what I do and on YouTube and about cops and, how that's the profession that they chose and that it makes sense to me, sadly, being where I know so much about it, being in this business of the 1A for quite a few years, that when you look at a pack of humans, whether it's cops or what, there's bad people in every pack. And you can only imagine that if you take like New York City, the largest police force in America, there's a whole bunch of bad people there because they're humans. The sad part is how do we, as the people being stomped like fucking cigarettes, be treated like humans.
Well, we just saw what happened with Trump. That happens to everyone.
Yeah. Talking about the 34 charges and all the other ones as well.
Yeah, but that's what the cops and the judges do to people all the time. Oh, yeah. They give you 20 charges, and hopefully one or two will stick, so you can't sue the police department.
Or they purposely charge you with a whole bunch so they can drop a bunch and then make those heavy ones stick because they dropped all those other ones. Make it look good, right?
Plea deal.
Right?
Take a plea deal.
They still claim qualified immunity in both states, says John Denicola. Colorado capped it at $25,000, but still claim immunity in federal courts.
Okay.
See? So, really doesn't make any fucking difference. The system, it protects the system, right? Sad.
I never understood that because everyone under the Constitution needs to be treated equally, and these laws are made up to treat people not equally.
Right. Yeah, like, when these cops do bad, instead of letting them go get a job at another department, maybe bar them from being a cop, But the problem is they would say, well, we can't find anybody to be the cop, which, like with that discussion with the woman, I get it. I can never stick up for a cop, but I kind of get it. Dealing with the scum of the earth on a daily basis, it's got to be degrading to your mental capacity, but, like I told the woman today, that's the job they chose. But,
so what do you
unfortunately,
I'm glad you brought that up. So what do you think the fix is? So you said that the problem is they say that they can't find no other cops. So what do you think the fix is? You think more good people need to go out there and be cops to change it from the inside, or
no?
What? Well, I feel like the problem is it's hard to tell who's good. Just because you write a bunch of shit on paper doesn't mean that you're really good.
But what I'm saying is, do we tell?
Here's the thing. This is how you fix it. Everyone is treated equally under the law. Your job title does not make any law that protects you valid. So, if a cop gets a speeding ticket, it needs to be issued. and he could go to court. If a cop steals something, he needs to get arrested and he needs to go to court. Currently, if a cop commits a crime, they don't press charges. They do an investigation in internal affairs, and they give administrative actions against them. They bypass the criminal court.
But that's the problem, right? Like John Denicola just said, they're still claiming in federal court. There's still, I think what Toe for Life is trying to say is, how do we get people in that system that aren't cuckoo, that aren't
and ain't corrupt and aren't going to be corrupted, I guess.
Right.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
I feel like
you can't. You see, that's the thing. You can't do that. So what you have to do is apply the law equally to everyone. If a cop can do something, so can a civilian. Everyone is equal under the law.
So how do you do that then?
You take away all qualified immunity. You get rid of all internal affairs. Cop commits a crime. It gets reported to another cop. He writes a report. There's enough evidence. He gets thrown in jail, just like any other person.
But how did we get to that point, though, ATL? That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you get to that point? Like, because the lawmakers and everything are corrupt, so they're not going to fucking vote for that.
That's correct.
Because they want everything the way it is. Because as it stands the way it is, their pockets are getting fat and we're getting poor.
Well, the one workaround is make it mandatory that every single police department have a civilian review board. A civilian review board with no bias, no connection to the police, that decides whether or not it goes to a criminal matter or internal affairs. And it will not be the officer's choice. It will be the civilian's choice, which will be a separate group outside of the police, not affiliated with the police in any shape, way, or form. And that would be a start, because now the lawmakers could start making laws with them instead of making laws with the police. The police are just law enforcement. And that's all they should do, but police do more than that. You have to stick them to law enforcement. In other words, they're thinking too much. They're acting as politicians. They're acting as street thugs, street gangs. They're covering up crimes. And these are big things. And if a civilian review board is there, a lot of these bad ones will get weeded out very quickly.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the problem is the system gets funded federally, and every time these cops get turned in or something bad, it hampers their federal fucking... So nothing ever becomes of anything. Probably that's a good portion of the reason why is money. What's up, Dennison? What's up, John Denicola?
Yeah, but think about this too. Is ATL is bringing up the civilian review board. Most of the civilian review boards now generally consist of ex-police officers.
Yes,
and that's part of the issue.
Yes.
Yeah, they should be biased against cops.
They should be unbiased.
No, they should be biased against cops. The police should have to prove themselves to a bias.
Just like we do. Right?
Under scrutiny. They should be assumed that power abuses power, because that is the nature of mankind. So the police should be guilty until proven innocent.
I like it.
That would never work. You can't set a system up like that.
I mean, you can't set a system up like the one you're talking about either.
No, you can. It's been successfully done.
Where?
Levittown, Pennsylvania, I know is one of them.
Leveltown, Pennsylvania is a place where where there's
Civil-
police corruption is stomped out by the Civilian Review Board.
Oh God, not stomped out, but greatly
Well,
reduced.
I mean, greatly reduced, I would say, counts. So, what are your numbers? How
I don't.
many reports of
I
unresolved?
don't have it right in front of me. I wasn't prepared.
Well, roughly speaking.
Like I said, I don't know off the top of my head. It was significant, though.
I like what Mom says. Mom's wholesale says everybody gets treated equally. Just some people are more equal than others from their perspective.
Let me see. Let me see if I can look it up. Hold on a second. I'll look at it. Hold on.
Any system that you implement will only be as good as the people who operate it. Wow, that's a good comment. I like that. Go. Pat Burke, good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. Telling everybody earlier, Pat, I got my dog found me, my new dog. My son took a dog from a buddy of his who's getting a divorce from his girlfriend. He didn't have a place to put his dog. Turns out the dog's pregnant and has 6 puppies in my son's bed. Still, I have myself a silver lab. Beautiful dog. 2 days old. That's what the guy from Australia said. He said, Hippie, don't rush into it. Your dog will find you. What the hell? And the dog found me. Quite strange. So, that'll give me some content for my channel. I'm doing good, Pat. I've been doing a lot of physical therapy, and it's really helping my breasts to feel a lot better. I mean, my neck to feel a lot better. But a lot of my problem is just atrophy. All my muscles in my neck are fucked up and weak. So, as soon as I start to work. Oh! See those things, Dennison? They're like a handful now. Probably keep.
I bet Mississippi likes that.
Oh, I can wear her bra now. I was already wearing her panties, so that didn't matter.
Well, hey, the Civilian Review Board in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, has reported who has a citizen police review board, and for the first time in police history, they received the least amounts of complaints that they ever have because of the Civilian Review Board, because they're taking care of the bad apples. They're treating them the right way.
Believe that?
So what are they doing to the bad cops?
I'm actually reading the article right now.
So they must have been there for a long time then, the Civilian Review Board.
Yeah, I'm literally reading it right now. Keep on talking. I'm going to read it a little bit more.
Pat Burke says hippie's woman from the neck down. If you'd like to join the panel, here is the link. Woo woo! Yeah, you want to talk some smack about the piggeroonies? Come on up.
What's a pickaroony?
Piggeroony. Pig.
Oh, the oink oink?
Yeah. I haven't seen hide the hair cups in a long time. It's been quiet. There haven't been any accidents out here.
All right, since 2018, since 2018 now 60% in the last 7 years, the complaints filed are solely to the demeanor of the officers and what we would call unbecoming conduct. So they're not like, it's a cop giving you attitude, not like violating your constitutional rights. So what they're trying to say here is that the illegal activity or the unconstitutional activity the cops were performing previously have dropped significantly by 60%.
What's dropped by 60%?
Hold on, let me go back and read it again. I want to say it right. All right, so most of the complaints were related to the use of force prior. Today, close to 60% for the last 7 years has been related solely to the demeanors of the officers and what we would call unbecoming conduct.
So prior to what?
Ain't 7 years either way. That's a pretty long time ago.
Yeah, so this is like saying 2017 until now. There's been it has dropped to the point where 60% of the complaints are because of the attitudes of the officers and not the actions of the officers. Do you see do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds.
I can read it again.
Sounds like a reclassification of behavior, and I'm also wondering what was the percentage before. If it was a majority before, is it 51%? And what's the percentage now? If 60% are not related to behavior, does that mean 40% are?
No.
Because if the boasting is a 10% reduction in use of force complaints over the last 7 years, I'm not impressed.
No, it's answering your question. Today, close to 60% for the last 6 or 7 years has been related solely to the demeanors. So 60% out of the 100% of the complaints filed, 60% of them are only about their attitudes. Previously, that number was much lower. It was more of the excessive force. And then
How much lower?
I guess my question would be: Is this set for one geographic location? Meaning,
well, it's just this one police department.
This is Pittsburgh. This is the city of Pittsburgh. This is not all over.
No, that's fine. I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I just
so in 7 years, the abuse of use of force complaints went from somewhere over 50% to under 40%, and that's the big brag.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not real.
I'm not impressed, and the civilian review board has been established in that city for over 25 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So my response would be, no offense, but it's like, what the fuck are y'all doing down there?
Well, if you take a look overall, that's still a good jump.
Mom says
in the right direction.
It's a shitty job.
Well,
Mom says
go faster than that.
Think about that. They are bragging about they cut the use of force complaints by 60%, but I'm worrying about the 40% that is still doing it.
Mom's has got a great point, and my point is so fucking what? They brought it from 100% fucking violence to 40%. Big deal. It's still violence,
right? By people who are supposed to be protecting us, right?
Well,
yeah, and in corrupt places where there's no review boards, there's a equal trend to less brutality. I mean, they get away with less now than they did in the 80s, before there were cameras or body cams or review boards or anything.
Well, a perfect example of that is Erie, Pennsylvania. I mean, how many times have we seen crap out of Erie, Pennsylvania, where those guys just do whatever the hell they want? I mean, what was it? They grabbed up auditing Erie County and literally lied and said he was trying to break into some lady's car. Come on, man. Bragging that you went from 100% of violence to 40% violence doesn't impress me. Not at all.
They're not even making that claim.
Yeah,
they're saying over 50 to 40.
Well, either way, it's still not that impressive. So even if it's over 50%, right? They brought it to 40. So what did it essentially?
That would be a far less reduction than from 100 to 40.
And that's assuming that we're gonna believe that the they didn't just throw a bunch of complaints under the rug and never fucking
make it
see
look
the light of day, in order to reduce the so.
I propose that I could get similar results simply by giving cops free donuts for 7 years. They would get that much fatter over that 7 years. They'd be too lazy and out of breath to beat up as many people. They'd still beat up people left and right, but they wouldn't. They would probably, lose about 5 to 10% of their ability to beat up people.
No, that kind of brings up a pretty good point too, Dennis. I mean, how many times do we see these guys that are about 80 pounds overweight couldn't outrun a goddamn tortoise, right? But they still wearing a gun in a bag. You know what I mean?
But they what?
They couldn't outrun a tortoise.
Yeah, I heard that part. What'd you say after that?
Oh, I can't.
He said they couldn't outrun a tortoise, but something.
My point is
but they give them a bad
it makes some kind of an impact.
That's
so, I mean, it could be if it's used as a base, it can be tweaked to get that even better looking for the people. But it's a good base.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they need to be people who are like defense attorneys, convicts, people who've already had their ass beat by the police, had their rights violated by the police, people who are actual victims and members of the community, biased against the police. That should be the review board. If there's even the hint of impropriety, if you start getting complaints that are founded against you, like any cop doing his job is going to get unfounded complaints. But if you start getting founded complaints, even if they're not, even if you're not 100% guilty or the complaint is overblown, if you are consistently getting founded complaints against you, something's going on there. Especially with the low standard that we have. We have no standard for these people, right? So just think about the type of person who complains on the police to begin with. They have an over 90% satisfaction rate.
Vic Ferreira, I'm doing real good, brother. I've started physical therapy. It's been helping tremendously. I feel like a human being again, so going well.
You know what I'd like to find out? I'd like to find out how many overweight officers are involved in police-involved shootings. That's what I'd like to know.
Because they can't like physically match somebody, so they just resort to the gun right away.
Exactly.
Sorry, ATL, we're not being.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He left.
He said goodnight, everybody. I think he felt a little shunned that we were.
I hope he doesn't, because ATL's a nice guy. And
yeah.
Sure.
That's why I was saying something. No, me either. I think the system's a shitbag. I've kind of hard to believe anything that's said coming out of their freaking mouths, because it's usually only to aid them when they do say something.
Well, I just want to give you a case in point, right? You guys brought up the whole qualified immunity in Colorado, right?
Yeah.
Well, that Irizarry versus Yahia case that came out of Colorado that involved Eric Brandt, that cop in the federal court claimed qualified immunity. So if they did away with qualified immunity, how is he claiming it in the courts, right? Now, federal court is different from the state court, but even still, they still try and claim it. They may not be able to use it as a defense, but they're still doing it because it's there. It's like any other tool in their little tool belt. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why, rich people get away with shit that poor people don't get away with, right? Because they're lawyers are
because
part of
they
that
need to pay
system.
the lawyer.
You
Who
know?
is it? The other day, Susan Bassey was she was
I
doing a
love her. I
live
haven't
stream.
seen her in a long time.
She did a
Right.
live stream the other day, and she was talking about a guy that ended up getting he ended up getting put in jail. They had a judge. The judge, in his case, literally wrote an order that the father had to call his daughter a male name because that's the way she identified. When
Wait,
the
what?
frig did a judge? I kid you not. When the hell does a judge get the ability to write in a court order? You have to call your daughter
What's
Al
that guy?
because
What's that
that's the
guy
way she
that does
identifies.
the coffee mug thing at colleges? He's the one who's been talking about that, saying how what's going to happen real soon is you're going to see laws. And if you don't call someone he, him, she, her, or whatever they identify as, you can be charged with a crime. And I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, sadly. I mean, I'm okay with it, that people being whatever they want to be, but I don't feel like it should be a law. We don't need more laws.
We're in enough trouble.
Wait until laws and terms of service essentially become the same thing. We're already there pretty much, but wait until the government just completely pulls the mask off and is like, yeah, we don't believe in laws anymore.
Right?
It's just going to be everything will be illegal. It'll be up to complete discretion of the government, and then they'll just go after people that they want to, because no matter who you are, you'll have broken some law.
Says he shouldn't need a court order to respect his child.
Nothing, but I mean, take a look at what they're doing now with the whole. Right now, they have that lawsuit that's going in the courts right now with from the Uvalde parents against Activision for what is it? The Call of Duty game. They got it against Daniel Defense. And then I think the other one is they had it against either YouTube or Google, either one, right?
What do they have?
For the school
Lawsuits?
shooting. Yeah, the parents of the victims are suing those three entities.
Yeah, that Alex Jones they set so many precedents with Alex Jones, not even just that one. But yeah, that one.
Well, not the Alex Jones, but even when Smith and Wesson, I think, no, it was Remington. When Remington settled, they settled a case for a few million bucks, right? And that had to do with the shooting down in Sandy
Florida,
Hook, right? No, I think it was Sandy Hook that they settled on over in Connecticut, and that set another precedence, and that's why they went after Daniel Defense. I mean, it's never ending. Where do we go from here? Now we're suing video game manufacturers. Really? The kid was screwed up. The kid pulled out a gun and he started shooting the place up. The fact that there were 300 and something cops on scene that did absolutely nothing, right? That's not the problem. The guys that are wearing the bulletproof vests, that's not the issue. It's the game. It's the guy. It's Daniel Defense who sells upper and lowers to build a gun. I mean, where did we go left when we should have just kept going straight? Goddamn nightmare.
I think it's in our nature.
Everything is so a mess right now. I hate news, and before and now it's just.
It's quintessentially American.
It's quintessential what?
It's quintessentially American.
What
to
is?
be litigious, to be overworked and underpaid.
right? Like other countries, they work 4 days a week. They get fucking vacation, like ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. Here in America, we work real hard until we die.
And our brand of fascism is like, it's so unique. It's almost beautiful. Like, because America really is Canada and Mexico too. You know, it is the Americas.
Right?
Our economies and our cultures are so intertwined, and the way that like presents itself, the way that ends like that with what happened after World War II, when the East and the West essentially split up the spoils of the Third Reich. We kind of took that fascist ball and ran with it.
You know what kills me, though, Dennis? Since you got everybody crying about how bad things are in America, and, yet they're crying about people, smuggling into the country. Well, if things are that fucking bad, what do you give a shit? All you hear people talking about today is, the immigrants, the immigrants, the immigrants. It's like,
well, nothing for nothing, but I don't know if you saw it in the paper, but they handed them 190 grand, right, for housing.
who? Each one?
Huh?
What do you, 190 grand to what? To where? To what do you mean?
To the immigrants. The immigrants that
I know in Boston, you guys, well, you're not in Boston, but I know in Boston there's a big group of them. I listened to RKO. That guy, he hates because they're all going to school for free. They get free lunches. They're getting licenses. They're getting all this shit. They're getting money, and he absolutely goes ballistic over it. Meanwhile, he says, a lot of these guys are committing crimes against us while they're collecting our money, our hard-earned tax money, and blah blah blah.
Well, look at New York. New York is a perfect example. The kid that shot the cop, he ended up getting out, and I think it was less than 2 weeks later he got arrested again. I mean, when does it end? Then you had the one kid that he grabbed the guy's flag off his porch. The guy came out to confront him, and he beat the tar out of him. Then you had a group that sat there and said, "Well, we're just going to do like the Americans do, and we're going to start squatting in empty houses." I mean,
We've had this
we're
discussion
not doing
here
ourselves any good.
on this channel so many times, though. There's no way to stop them. The problem is, like, when Joe Cool and I had this discussion a couple weeks ago on this channel. We talked about being a family man. Most fathers would do anything for their family. If that meant walking across the desert with no fucking water in hopes of getting a better life for my family, that's what I would do, And so a lot of these people are doing that. So it's hard for me as a father and as a family man to sit here and say, fuck those people. Lock them down in Mexico or whatever other country before they get here. It's difficult. And I get it. A lot of people were saying in my channel that day, oh, well, they're coming across in fatigues. Yeah, well, because you know what? If I'm trying to sneak from fucking one country to another to save my family, I'm surely not going to wear white pants. It doesn't mean I'm a bad guy. Not that I'm a great guy, but it doesn't,
Yeah, but don't you think at minimum they should be vetting them?
Well, that's difficult. There's so many of them. How the government fucked that up. We got to blame a lot of that on government because, I'm sure a lot of these people want to do it the right way. They just can't. They're going to sit in some fucking, these places in Texas and all these other states that are like fucking chained in fucking hellholes with their family and getting, beaten and raped and, everything else. And waiting to get into America? I don't know. I'd rather take my chances of sneaking across the fucking desert. And a lot of guys would say, "Oh, well, why are they sneaking across the desert alone?" Because, well, it makes sense to me. Get over there, get established, do what I got to do to get some money to get my family here, and bring them over. So I don't know. I find it hard to. The part that hurts my feelings a little is the parts like in Boston where these kids are,
Oh,
they're getting a lot of money. But
speaking
what are you
of
gonna
which,
do?
speaking of Boston, guess what's back up and running again?
What is it?
The Melnia Cast Boulevard. They're back out there.
Are they?
Methadone mild. They're back out.
Wow. No shit, because
Yep.
that guy
About a
morals
week
over
ago,
money. Guy.
I said about a week ago they started putting the tents back up.
Wow. No shit, huh? Because I know
Yep.
morals over money. He's the guy that one of my favorite guys down there in Philadelphia. He's been showing how they cleaned it up down there, but he said, listen, they didn't clean it up. They just moved it to somebody else's neighborhood, sadly.
Yep.
Instead of being out in the open where, these poor people who are suffering and addicted were safer on the streets in the view. Now they're in side alleys where they can get, murdered, beaten, raped, whatever. Because they're in the darkness, Sad. But I know when I went there, John, I
That's
was filming
insane.
with Justice, and we were filming, and I saw all this orange, and I'm like, what the fuck is all that orange? I didn't no idea what it was. And then when I really looked, my son goes, Dad, you know what that is? I go, what? He goes, oh, those are fucking needle covers. Oh, my God. The whole ground was orange, dude.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. I used to have to go by there all the time. And and it's funny too because they generally set that state trooper. He sits up at that set of lights on the corner right there. So
it was the guy that day when we were filming. He was standing at a 5-way intersection, and he was stepping out into traffic with a needle hanging out of his arm, with the thing still wrapped around his arm. His arm is out. He's fucking stepping out into traffic, stepping back on the sidewalk. I filmed a guy in a wheelchair. The woman was shooting him in the neck like this, and I turned my camera 10 feet, and there's 2 cops sitting in the cruiser.
yeah,
And,
they
don't fucking with him. And I at first I was like, this is weird. But then when you think about it, you're like, well, what's arresting them going to do? Because it's just going to make them owe the system money that they can't pay. And then it just makes it worse for them.
Who was it?
So I don't know.
I think at one point the resistance was down there and they threatened to stab him right in front of the state trooper. And he turned to the state trooper. He goes, you going to do something or what? He goes, nope. He goes, you just walk away.
I talked to one of the guys down there. He was a needle picker-upper, so he would leave these packages all along the street, and then people could throw their dirty needles into the package, and then he would come along and scoop up the package and put it into a backpack. So I talked with him for a while. He was a really nice guy. We talked about drugs and the new heroin and this and that. And I said to him, what do you think? You think it's safe for me to walk out here with my camera and talk to some people? He goes, I wouldn't. He goes, you seem like a nice guy and all, but honestly, these people don't see a nice guy. They see a $1,700 phone and a fucking GoPro camera, and that's it's a big night of enjoyment, So it's like if I was you, I wouldn't do it. So I'm just saying, I'm from here. I know this place. But I decided against it, so I just parked in strategic areas and films,
And the funny part is the ambulance company for Boston EMS is actually right around the corner from there.
Right, that whole triangle block is all the fire department. That's like fire department central there. So I remember one of the parking spaces I was in, and I probably could have made a stink because I was parked in a handicapped spot, but he said it's handicapped only for fire department guys. It didn't say that. Yeah,
So
that's what I thought. But you know,
yeah, it would have.
I'm
It would
sure
have
if
had
I
to.
was with Josh, we would have turned that around. But that was a little kicking.
Yeah. No.
But that whole triangle there, where the McDonald's is, that's
Yeah.
all fire department. All that whole big thing. Pretty sick. What's
Yeah.
new with you, John? How's everything with all your shit going?
Actually, my case in New Hampshire, I have to reach out to the attorney general there, the guy that was handling the case for them, the lawyer. So I got good news, and then I got bad news with the good news. The bad news is that what I was looking for was the name of a particular employee. Unfortunately, because of the emails that were written to the department, and let me tell you something, they read the emails out, and it wasn't good. When people start making calls and doing the emails, we have to make sure that we keep telling people the same thing we always tell them is be respectful.
Right.
Because what happened was some of the emails, people threatened to kill this woman. They threatened to kill her. One person threatened to show up at her work and kind of like do some really nasty crap to her.
Wow.
One email said that
I'm sure they can figure all that, who those people are.
Yeah, but
the
it didn't
technology
matter.
Today.
They were credible threats, and because they were credible threats in their mind, in the court's mind, that made her name off limits. And
right.
And there's no way for me. The only argument that I could make in that case was that that's not me. I didn't tell these people to send the emails. It has nothing to do with what I'm
So wait a minute. So you didn't get anybody's name, is what you're saying?
They wouldn't give her name because of the threats that were made in the email. And again, they were the threats, whether credible, not credible, they were still made. And like I said, when you start threatening to go to somebody's to get their name and go to their house, that's when things get dicey.
Yeah, I think doxing and any of that shit is crazy.
Yeah. So so what they did do though is any and all emails they have to produce, any and all text messages from any of the state issued and their personal phones that were used during the day on company time, those have to be turned over. So everything that I really asked for, I'm going to get. The only thing that I'm not going to get is that name. And you know what? It doesn't matter, because what I did find in the emails, the limited emails that I have, is that the counsel for the DHHS, along with heads of DHHS, were setting specific criteria for emails that were coming in. So if you sent in an email trying to request just her name, it would go to the clerks. The clerks were told, okay, it has to meet this criteria. If it doesn't meet this criteria, don't send it to me. Throw it out. Right? Wow. Then it would go to,
now the mayor here does it. The mayor wants to know where Sam is.
That's true. He's not lying. But yeah, so what ended up happening was then it went from the clerk, it would go to the supervisor of the clerks. If it was something that they needed to look at, that supervisor again would set her criteria. And yes, I forgot, yeah. So then that one would set her, it would set a criteria for her. If it didn't meet her criteria, she would file it in draw 13, And then anything that, like my request, that would go to council. So what he was doing is he was dragging his feet on it. I think when I got up there, we were 205 days out from my request. That's excluding holidays.
From your 10-day request.
Yeah, and actually it's 5 days. They have 5 days in New Hampshire to answer the request. So essentially, I mean, you're looking at 124 people that were in there, and I still didn't get all my emails. I got 34 emails from 124 employees. Not even close. Their excuse was that their IT department couldn't do it. Yeah, did you see this here with Good Citizen Media?
Yeah, I was just reading that. He says, Hippie, did you hear we closed down a whole fucking town? Indefinitely, accounts frozen, no plans to ever open back up. After 2 years and a lot of help, it's not been announced yet, so you got the exclusive. The town of Aguilar is closed for business. That's awesome, brother. That must feel good when you get something accomplished, right? I mean, that's got to feel good.
Well, and here's a little bit of an added bonus. The federal government that gave them a grant to do the pond in Aguilar, the money that the bank accounts that they froze were because there was money that went missing. About $160K went missing.
My, are you fucking serious? $160,000 went missing. $500, not 1,000. 160,000. Why are people so fucking stupid?
Well, I'm sure there's more than just that missing.
Really? Oh, okay.
In my opinion, I'm pretty sure there's more than that missing. Because,
I remember seeing this building. I think you were here. We were on a live, and he was walking around the building, and I was like, "That's a fucking town building."
Yeah.
It was like everything was rotted, and there was like doors falling out, and fake fucking. It was just.
Dude,
missing the checks in the mail since November, says Good Citizen. Damn, that's fucking crazy.
The contractor that was hired to do the pond, and Good Citizen can tell you that. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, the pond that the contractor was hired to do, the town wasn't paying the contractor. Right. So the federal government gave the town the money. She didn't pay the contractor, so the contractor walked off the job. So now the federal government.
I saw pictures Good Citizen had up. It was like the ramp was all cracking and broken and fucking. He's like, that was just done.
That was Tiffany. Done 8 months ago.
Jesus Christ, they did a terrible job. 8 months ago?
Yeah.
Fucking Massachusetts would have you in court. They hold your bond and all.
They went and they arrested a gentleman by the name of Robert out there, and Good Citizens got the video on his thing. They arrested this guy. Now, mind you, this guy goes through dialysis, right? They arrested him because he sidewalk chalked. They arrested him over sidewalk chalk, right?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that guy.
They charged him with, I think it was harassment and I think it was disorderly conduct. But yeah, I mean, it was brutal. This thing is just absolutely insane.
Tiffany, I'm doing a lot better. Thank God for physical therapy. Gotta sit up straight and put my shoulders back because I think about that. So I'm slouched and disgusting sitting. Shocked and redress over his meter being stolen and his home almost blown up. Thank you, Tiffany.
You can't make this up, but that is true. And
I saw that.
What's worse is when they took the meter out.
Yeah.
They took a hammer to the valve because the valve was stuck. And they took a hammer to the valve, and the gas was leaking for a week. Could have blown up the whole goddamn neighborhood because they didn't know what the hell they were doing. And nothing but nothing, but I don't know about you, but I have never, other than having to replace a meter, I have never ever seen a gas meter taken out of anywhere, where they didn't replace it.
That's weird. I mean, they've shut mine off a million times. They just come over and turn the little thing, and they put a lock in there, and then you can't turn it back on.
That valve is what they hit with the hammer, and that valve is what was leaking because they couldn't get the lock on it. So even with hitting it with the hammer, do you think you would think that they would use that noggin there, because hitting it with the hammer, if it was leaking and it sparked, they could have blown themselves up.
I've heard of that before, Tiffany. Parakeets hanging upside down because they're upset when you first get them. I just got a dog, Tiffany. So excited. The dog found me. That's what's mind-blowing about it. My son took a dog from a friend of his who's getting divorced, and he's moving out of state. And he's holding on to the dog till the guy gets settled down there. And the dog had 6 puppies, so now I got myself a puppy. Dog found me. Hey, Hippie, looking good, bro. And hello, everyone in chat. What's up, TBI? How are you, brother? With no due process at all during the winter, and a national weather advisory took his federal crime. Good citizen media. It's a silver lab. Beautiful. So excited. It must feel so good for them, because this is all because of them, right? That this is all coming to light.
Yeah. Good citizen, and you people were working on it.
Yeah.
They were working on it for a long time, and they knocked it out.
Shady town. It makes sense. Yeah, I'll be raising the puppy. It gives me something because I'm not doing much auditing at this point. So my puppy and me walking and trying to get my health back is going to be my channel for a while. Put some live streams at night to maybe talk about some people who might be having issues with their within the auditing community, but I don't suspect I'm going to be going out too much. I talked to Josh on the phone the other day. I'm like, I don't know, I'll come out and hang out for sure because I love you guys, but still not even healthy. I'll get there. Time is on my side. So other than that, though, everything's good, huh? You ready for summer, bro? You ready for the fucking rat race? I don't know if you guys get the rat race there.
Oh, yeah, we do. It's already started. It's already started because I'm by Brant Rock.
Yeah.
So because it's beach, it's already starting. The traffic's already starting. Plus, we got the down the street there is the levitate thing that they do every year. So
okay, Hippie, we got a cop fired today as well. Busy day. John has been a huge help. Nice. Just took my dog for a short ride in my Can-Am SXS today. It hurts so good. You go, TBI.
I went for a walk today with my grandson. Yeah. And I ended up catching a couple of doe running across the street. He was geeking for it. And then we ended up coming across 6 turkeys. And the turkeys were the
dude, everything's got to be doing really good considering we haven't really had a winter in like 3 fucking years. I mean, it wasn't even cold this winter. Of course, the turkeys and the fucking deer are doing great because they didn't have to look very hard for food this last couple of years.
Yeah. Saw a lot of rabbits today, too.
Yeah, the coyotes seem to be on a downplay, and I've been noticing a bunch of rabbits out here. It's like they go up and down. I was
Yeah,
at the National Seashore the other day. I asked the guy what the current great white marking is. He said 383.
really.
383 sharks are tagged off of Cape Cod right now.
I'm sure
That's
there's more.
crazy. Yeah, that's just the one that's tagged, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't counting the smart fuckers that are lurking in the deep, waiting for Hippie to jump in the water so they can come flopping on the beach and drag me out. When I was a kid, I remember having dreams of Jaws in fucking fresh water ponds, Today, fuck, I ain't going in that ocean. No, thank you.
My first encounter with a shark, I was probably about 12, and I was at Scituate. I was out in Scituate with my godmother, and I started walking out of the water, and all of
Sand shark? Hello?
Shark ate his internet.
swimming right up onto the shore. We ended up having a
Sand
talk.
shark, right? Those are cool.
Yeah.
I grabbed those, and I love that feeling of the sandpaper fucking skin they have.
Yeah. Although I used to like it when we were scuba diving, because when the storms down south, when it would push the warmer water up, you'd see a lot more sharks in 60, 70 feet of water.
Right?
Yeah. That
I
was
didn't
fun.
see it. I dove in Nantucket Shoals one night. We were in the boat. We were coming in. My captain was fucking falling asleep, as he always would do. And he ran over a bunch of lobster pot lines, and it got all tangled up in the fucking propeller.
I haven't surfed since my close encounter at Morro Bay, California, back in '77.
So the captain puts the boat neutral and tells me to jump overboard and fucking cut all the. Talk about scared to death, dude. I was so scared.
I'm sorry, Hippie.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you're good.
Denison, wasn't Morro Bay? Isn't that where Nasty Nathaniel got attacked by that chief of police a few years back?
My God.
Johnny 5-0 ended up going out there, and that crazy guy used to follow him around.
The crazy guy used to follow around Johnny?
Johnny 5-0, when he was out in Morro Bay, yeah, there was a nutcase that used to follow him around out there every time he'd go out there recording.
Like his backup cameraman or some other creeper from the internet?
It was somebody from the town. There was like a bunch of townspeople that weren't too happy about the cameras being out there.
Oh, is that when he tried to sneak to his car so they wouldn't get his license plate because they kept following him everywhere?
Yes.
Oh my God! And the one cop that was there.
Yep.
Would harass him too. Man, I haven't seen that video in ages.
Yeah. When you said Morro Bay, that was the first thing that popped into my
Johnny
head.
is getting back into it, huh?
Yeah, I seen him
I
back
heard
live
Batu
again.
Sai and Johnny both.
Yeah.
TBI firefighter back on low doses of kratom. It's helping. We have about 50 wild turkeys that come drinking pond.
My internet freak out?
No. I think John's did a minute ago. That mine went either that or it was me. That white was longer than my board. Oh my. Sterling. So, yeah, what else is new? I'm getting ready for the summer fucking ramp up, man. They're about to be here. I mean, I think, hey, Daryl, how are you? I think a lot of people are staying here year round.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think my house.
I think
I don't know where I would go.
I think you're going to get hammered with people this summer.
I could sell my house and take the money and go live somewhere else, but where? You know?
I would suggest New Hampshire. I got a friend of mine that he was living in Milton. He sold his house in Milton and ended up buying a property up in Belmont, New Hampshire, like outside of where the Speedway is in Loudon. He's got 5 acres of land. It's beautiful up there, absolutely gorgeous. When you come out the back door, all you see is the White Mountains. When I was up there, we were sitting on this back porch, right? And I brought some toys with me, and we were practicing, we should say, and tossing some lead around the backyard for a little while. Nobody said a word. It was like it was all normal. It's a good day.
David, I've had my bike for sale for about 3 months. I started at $5,000. I'm down to 3,500 now. I think I'm just gonna take it down. Crazy,
didn't you pay 22 for it?
No, I paid $5,000 for it, and then I put a bunch of money into it. So really, I have like 6,500 into it. It's a great bike too.
Were you able to buff out the rubber?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's just all. Luckily, I wax the shit out of it all the time, so that just wiped right off. Just looked like it was terrible. I'm sure if you looked really hard somewhere on the fender up underneath, you could probably still find some specks stuck under there. But if you just like touch them, they flake off.
So
David!
if it looks new, how come you're lowering the price?
Because I just want to fucking sell it and get it out of my garage. I already took it for a ride once. Since my surgery, I just went around the block with it.
Oh my god.
Oh,
this fucking guy, dude.
Yeah.
And if I don't sell it, I'm gonna end up riding it again. It's gonna kill me.
I'm gonna have to come down there. I'm gonna have to come down there and put one of those
locks on it.
Tires. Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Keep you off of that damn.
You don't have a death wish, do you, Hippie?
Denison.
Thrill seeker.
I'm a total thrill seeker. I would tell you that, and I've said this before on the channel, part of the love of doing drugs back in the day was being on the edge of dying, getting so high that you're fucking, it's not here anymore. So yeah, when I'm allegedly doing 160 down the private highway that I'm on, I'm completely fucking in my world, When I stop and get off, that's when the shit hits the fan. I have to clean up but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Joe and I talk all the time about that's my addiction. Just comes out in different ways. I know that, somebody swerves left or right at 150, you're dead. That doesn't seem to defer the want or the feeling. They play MC riding videos instead of feeling the wind. That's what old people do. I don't know. Many less riders than these. We just had a kid die out here in Hyannis.
Really?
Yeah.
From what, motorcycle?
I think I told you guys about how,
Another one.
I told you guys how the cops brought in a dog for a gun scene. Guy was trapped in the attic. It happened to be on the anniversary or around the anniversary of the cop who was shot in the head when his dog was shot in the attic. So they brought in a robot. The dog de-armed the guy somehow and stormed in and took him out. I think that's going to be the new way, like when John and I were talking and Dennison and, ATL about, how are we going to have cops that are going to, because if they're not real, if it's fairyland, that's how we're going to have cops that do it right all the time. And I'm not saying they're all bad, but...
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Even if they're not all bad, the ones that do the job and do the job right aren't going to turn in the ones that are doing the job wrong.
Then they're not doing the job right.
Right. Well, that's the thing. And the thing is they can't do it right, because if they do, then they either, one, they get fired. We've seen that before. Or two, they get retaliated against by their own peers.
Yep.
So what do?
You stop, you quit. You stop being a bad cop.
Which is what James Madison did. You know what I mean? That's the guy from We the People, Abaya Israel, right? Same thing. They couldn't take what they were seeing. They're like, we're out. And I can't say to blame them, And I got to be honest with you, back in the day when I was growing up, they had standards that these guys had to keep up with. You never saw a guy that was 80 pounds overweight still wearing a badge and walking the street. I'm sorry. I never saw that.
Not walking the street, no.
Yeah. When did we get away from that?
When we started letting women in the workplace. You got to let women, you have to let fat people, you have to let the gays, all the whatever ism identity thingy you have is okay. And standards are oppression.
Yeah. No. I don't know.
Which is fine legally speaking. You know what I mean? Like that should be true when it comes to the law, when it comes to government services. Well, but when it comes to occupation, I believe that it should be more thought out and more merit based.
Well, that kind of brings up the other thing too, because we get told when we get into a courtroom, if we get into a courtroom, that ignorance is no excuse. Ignorance of the law is no excuse, but yet they give them qualified immunity as their excuse to being ignorant of the law.
Correct.
You got to love the double.
Like the chief of police or the DA there, the woman there a couple weeks ago, that when the cop pulled her over, she didn't even stop, and she drove into her house and jumped out of the car. If I did that, man, they'd have fucking tasered me, beat me, shot me, stabbed me, fucking.
But
and then I would have been found guilty of not stopping for an officer and blah blah blah.
But you notice that story's gone away. We haven't heard.
She made it. She made an apology.
It was a bullshit apology.
It was. I agree.
It was a bullshit apology. She apologized and then started giving us excuses as to why she did it. We don't want to hear your excuses. Listen, the governor had the ability to get her out of there and say, see you later, bye, you're out. Go figure out your own life. You're gone. And that's what they should have done.
Are you sure? She's elected, isn't she?
No. The governor had the ability to fire her.
Who are we talking about?
She could have had her removed. Yep.
Who are we talking about?
Governor Hochul and the DA out of New York.
I could have sworn I checked and she was elected.
No. She might have been elected, but the governor has the ability to remove her.
Not an elected official.
I believe so. I'm pretty sure that's what they were saying, is that she had the ability to remove her from her position. So, I don't know. You could be right, and I may be wrong. And if I am, I apologize to anybody for misinformation.
Two smart guys, but I've known Dennis in a long time. I would be pretty shocked if he was stating something that wasn't fact.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just saying that the way that I think I saw something that said that the governor could have had her removed.
Like a news report or something?
What's that?
Like a news report or something?
Yeah, it was a news report or something like that. But then again, it is a news report. And I'm not too crazy about the mainstream media either. So I'm not going to really buy into it too much. And like I said, you could be right and I could be wrong.
I've got to be 10 years I haven't had cable in my house. You know how much money I have saved in cable in 10 years? You know, when I canceled it back in the day, it was $209 a month. That was my internet modem and the internet service and then basic cable. $209. It must be like $350 now for basic cable and internet.
I remember when DSL was the big thing. Oh, man.
David, they're framing Karen Reed. Is that the girl here in Massachusetts?
That's the one in Dedham, bro. She's the one that's on trial in Dedham for killing the Boston cop. Yeah. I got to tell you, I've been watching the meetings out of Canton. So one of the people involved in that case is actually sitting on a council seat in Canton. He was just elected.
Huh.
Right? He was elected, I think this year. And let me tell you something. They're getting a lot of heat, especially him, for being on one of the boards out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. Massachusetts in the news. And he was like found dead in a snowbank or something. Is that what am I thinking right?
Yeah, he was found dead in the snowbank. There were questions as to how he passed away. There were questions as to how he got on the front.
Supposedly, she left him there or something. I don't know. I don't see
reportedly,
how that would be murder.
Yeah, reportedly, she backed into him with her car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, it's funny because I think the prosecution was trying to say that she traveled down in reverse, back down the street in reverse at 24 miles an hour, steady 24 miles an hour, I think he said, and hit him and then left the scene.
Wait. Slow Burner says, is this a 65 and plus only party? Wait, Dennison's pretty young. I don't know. I don't know how old John is. He's probably closer to my age, but
yes, sir. You and I are right next to one another, kid.
Gotcha.
He thinks I'm older because I'm like a dad to him, you know.
I gotcha. Do you call Dennison Daddy slow? Is that why you're saying that?
Slow. Oh.
Have you seen that AI song thing that they put out? So
I stay away from that shit. That shit's the devil, sir.
Yeah, let me tell you. Who was it? Good Citizen Media. Somebody did a song for him using that setup, and then they did another one.
I've been doing Suno for like 6 months, where it's an AI where you just put in words and it'll make a song, and then you can tell it what instruments to use and tempo, and you can make it Jamaican, or you can just do anything with those programs. I love that shit. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, the AI is going to take jobs and this and that," which is probably true. However, I find it interesting.
I would, nothing for nothing, but try and find a kid that's willing to work, an honest day's work.
That's true. Anybody, for that matter, after COVID, people just want money for free. Mike Reese, Tiffany, good to see you on. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Mike?
Well, I'm gonna head out, brother.
Take it easy, buddy. Good to see you.
Good to see you. I was actually
Yeah.
going to call you. I was going to call you tonight, right? And just as I hung up with another person, your stream popped up. So it was like,
Yeah, I figured I'd come tell everybody I got a new dog, so that's going to give me some excitement for YouTube.
yes.
You know, a little content on the side. You know what I mean? I'm not sure where I'm headed next, but
Well, get us some
I'm
pictures.
alive. I will. I'll get some pictures and a video tomorrow and put that up on my background of the puppy. I mean, the thing is fucking like, you know,
That's okay.
hold it in one hand right now. Beautiful little guys. But you sleep well, John.
Oh no, I'm not going to sleep. I got work I gotta get done.
I got you. It's the only time to do it, right? When everybody's asleep and it's quiet.
Yeah, somewhat.
I agree. I agree.
All right. You take care,
All right,
hippie.
buddy.
Much
Yeah,
love.
you
We'll see
too.
you. Dennis, and have a good night, bro.
Peace.
Take care.
Slow burner. What are you doing? Watching man porn? I don't know, Dennison. What have you been doing these days? Same shit, different day, or what?
Pretty much. On that,
Yep.
go ahead.
How's your health?
I got over a big scare.
Did you?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cancer like? That kind of scare? Or that your dick was going to fall off? Or kind of.
Yeah, that like cancer was in my dick and was gonna make it fall off.
Oh, shit. The double worst. I've been there and been through that. My first neck operation, I had 66 stitches here, and I had something called the bronchial cleft. But originally, it was supposed to be a 2 centimeter um, lymph gland. And when they went in to take the lymph gland out, they realized that inside my neck was a softball size tumor. But it actually wasn't a tumor. And later on, I signed paperwork for it, but it was called a bronchial cleft. And what it is, when you're in your mom's belly, when you're a little baby, you breathe, blood and whatever through gills. And then when you're born, that's supposed to go away. But with me, mine continued to grow. And not that I could hold my breath for 3 minutes or anything weird like that. Just I had this giant thing in my neck. And but the weird thing was, when they first found the 2 centimeter lump, they did a biopsy and they sent it away. It took like 3 weeks because this was, years ago. Remember that just being so horrifying. Like, here I am waiting to find out if it's cancerous or not. And take 3 fucking weeks? Like, really? Well, I'm glad you made it through it because, like I tell everybody, you don't realize how much harder life can be until you have some issue that you can't just get rid of.
Yeah, it's far. I
Right?
still have some issues, but they're far less concerning. I have to fight in order to get medical care. I don't know what it's like for
Yep.
you, but I
Well, I
I had to
was,
learn how to lie and manipulate and kind of go up against a lot of no's and
I
condescension
know.
and
Oh, I know exactly how the system.
interesting.
Guy that, paid his
I didn't know
taxes,
that.
did the right thing all my life, and then when you get hurt, uh, nobody wants to give you any help. They want to tell you shit like, "Oh, well, if you make over $13,000 in your family, I'm sorry, but we can't help you." Wait a minute, who the fuck can survive on $13,000 for starters? You know. But luckily for me, Dennison, I was awarded full Medicaid for life because of my injury. So,
Do they
but
treat you well, the people?
well, it's funny when I first went in because I lost my doctor. I'll tell you this funny story because, me and you were hanging out back then. But during the whole COVID scare, I didn't really go to the doctors at all because I don't know, whatever. Didn't want to catch the bug, so I just kind of avoided it. So then recently, when I started having an issue, I called to see about making an appointment. And they said, oh, no, you've been canceled. Oh, wait, what do you mean? Well, because appointment for longer than 6 months, that makes you null and void. Now, I live out in the middle of nowhere, and so it's been a struggle to get to see a doctor about my back when it first started fucking up on my neck. But anyway, so I finally get to the hospital, and I couldn't see a regular doctor. And so the lady says, yeah, I'm from insurance, this and that. I said, yeah, I got Medicaid. She goes, oh, you got any secondary? Hey, Kingpin, what's up, brother? I see you over at Alex's, over at the Ped channel, chatting away. I love that guy.
Do you have any insurance for people that matter?
Yeah, no,
Just
she goes,
wondering.
Secondary insurance? I'm like, I looked at my wife, and I'm like, secondary insurance? Like, what the fuck is she talking about? So I had to ask her. I'm like, well, what do you mean, secondary insurance? Oh, do you have insurance for your insurance? Wait, the reason why I'm on Medicaid is because I'm fucking poor. Well, how would I have some other insurance? Well, weird. That's where we're at. But I will say, my surgery, and I had a overnight stay and blah, blah, blah. I owe at this point $3,000 for the whole surgery stay.
It would have been closer to 30 if you didn't have Medicaid or Medicare. You know what I mean?
If it was just straight out paying for the surgery, it'd be like $70,000. I know the plate alone is $38,000 on my last surgery, which is in 2010. Now this is a different surgery. In 2010, it was a 3-inch by 1-inch wide with 6 screws that just went from C4, C5 to C6. Well, in this surgery, they notched C4, they notched C6, they cut C5 in half, they removed it. They did the surgery behind it with the calcified tendon to my spinal cord. Then they put the half of my own C5, which actually wasn't my own. That was a cadaver part from the original surgery. So anyway, they put C5 back in. They put a bone fragment from C4 to C6, which is from a cadaver leg bone. Then they take a titanium cage and they put that over C4, C5, and C6. And now they screw into C4 and C5 and into C6. And then they place C5 where they want it. And then they screw that with the titanium plate. And that's all supposed to grow together as one bone. So pretty insane. Not your average fucking surgery for sure. I'm guessing it's probably, $60,000 to $100,000 surgery. But I got something in the mail already, Dennis, and the surgery was 8 weeks ago. I got it yesterday. It said, oh, you owe $2,600, blah, blah, blah. Fucking, if you don't contact us within 1 week, we're going to put you in collection. Oh.
Robo hippie.
Welcome to America. I know I have dead people parts all throughout me, bro.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
I mean, I have dead people parts of my leg, dead people parts of my neck.
You don't have the no deductible insurance?
Apparently not. I was pretty amazed that I was owing $2,600 myself.
Are you sure they didn't bill you incorrectly?
My wife's like, well, it could be a scam. And that's
could be a scam. Could be an incorrect bill. You may just need to respond
when I talked
with.
To the lady at the physical therapy the other day, she said how it works is they'll give you it all up, and then at the end you'll get your portion, which she said works out. My knowledge is roughly $22 a shot. So every time I go to physical therapy, it's costing me $22, while it's costing my insurance company probably $500, which is Medicaid, which is, our tax money. At Burke, feeling girlish, my girlish man boobs. Woo! They keep getting this big, Dennison. I don't know. Able to get free drinks.
That's where the $2,600 went. We know what kind of shots you're getting now. Estrogen shots.
Getting make those boobies big fucking shots.
Goes to one of those doctors that like lost his license in America but is still licensed in Mexico or some shit, and
fit right down here in Provincetown, bro.
Hello, hippie. Nice to see you again. And then it gives him like a shot in the ass of vitamin B and estrogen and adrenochrome, and
I can make your ass look so good with a few shots of this in your ass. Bend over, sir. I'm thinking but not knowing. That racist? That might be a little racist, isn't it? Scam is always possible nowadays. Aren't you telling the truth, Kingpin?
Is Kingpin is he like a helicopter pilot from the future?
I'm not sure. He's been around for a long time. I seen him the other day over at the pedophile guy there, Alex, what's his name? Predator Poachers, Texas, maybe. I watch that guy all the time. I'm like, wait, I see that guy's name. I know who that is. That's Kingpin. Yeah, I don't know. UX military chopper pilot, fighter pilot, Kingpin. I think I've had this discussion.
Red Ranger 1, Red Ranger 1. This is Kingpin. I am over the target. Please advise.
Fire, perfect. I love watching those. The C-120s are flying over the fucking guys who have no idea they're even in space and fucking planes.
Red Ranger 1, Red Ranger 1. We have tripped the wire. This is Kingpin. We have tripped the wire. Over.
My dad got his cancer treatments in Mexico. Yeah, here you can do not DNA, but the stuff that's in your bones. You can get that done. That's supposed to help like regenerate cells better. What's it called? First heard about it from.
Okay, the question is, does your dad now have tits?
And are they bigger than hippies? So they have pepperoni nipples like the Wandering Hippie.
Vector 19, Vector 19. This is Kingpin. Do you read me, Red Ranger?
No, my best friend was a commercial helicopter pilot. Lots of free rides, hippie. Nice. Gas, grass, or ass. No free rides in my chopper, bro.
If you see over here to our left is 1,000 miles of beaches.
Out for a tango, Vector.
The most contiguous string of beaches in the continental United States. And if you look over to the right side of the aircraft, you can see the Statue of Liberty. Oh wait, that's not the Statue of Liberty. That's Hippie in his front lawn with his pants down.
TBI firefighters, sad thing is they probably have better treatments and they're cheaper. I wouldn't be surprised if you survive making it to Mexico and back to America without being killed by the cartel. I mean, just to pick me up in my backyard. What a scene. Ah, that's great.
That sounds illegal.
Right?
Unless you got a really big backyard.
Oh, yeah, people land in the ponds and fucking pull up to their docks floating out in the fucking water and One guy we were building a house for used to fly to fucking Florida for lunch. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna fly to Florida. It'll take me about an hour to get down there. Must be nice.
I had a cousin who was a pilot, and he was an undercover cop. He like set up this major drug dude, and then like landed his plane at one of our family get-togethers. I guess because the agency you work for took the plane.
Can't take them. I got a real big backyard, but I don't think a helicopter can land too many trees. Let's see, what's this? Trump responds. Trump tries to move past his guilty verdict. Why does he care? He's going to be president anyway.
You sure about that?
I don't know.
Can he be president from jail?
Yeah, with felonies. He can become president and then fucking remove his fucking charges. What do they call that when you find somebody not guilty?
Well, he can't pardon himself because they're state charges.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the federal guy, but
I thought that Ellie said the only way he couldn't be president was if it was treasonous. Like if he was charged,
we're in untreaded waters here.
Right?
I couldn't tell. Yeah, I can't tell you how it's gonna go down. Are you fucking kidding me? This is well, it's very entertaining though. You know. What will happen next? Will Joe Biden find another flavor of ice cream? Will Kamala Harris have an independent thought? Will Donald Trump survive the United States Department of Justice's attacks? Tune in on the next episode of America. It's fucked.
Right? No, Americans, not America. Oh, Amazon hates you. He hates me too. Just saying.
That's a man, baby.
Right? It does kind of feel like a man, doesn't it?
What's that face for, Tiffany? You know, like my idea for America, the show?
6 houses collapsed into the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, because fucking rich people think they can build rock walls and stop Mother Nature and do stupid shit. North Korea flies trash balloons over the South as leader Kim doubles down. The fucking dude is a psycho. President. Heat-related monkey deaths are now reported in several Mexican states. Wait, what?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I didn't know Mexico had monkeys. Ship attacked by Houthi rebels was full of grain bound for Iran. Sure.
Taylor.
I don't know. Oh, Taylor. I mean, nums. I like the color of her makeup too.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Let's say she's.
No charges for officer in death of teen struck by police car during chase. Can you believe that?
Where?
He
What?
ran him over and there's no charges.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. I got fucking no charges.
Unbelievable.
See a video of this?
The Associated Press has
YouTube
been the
won't
most
like it,
trusted source for
but it's on the
elections results
news.
since 1848. Find out how AP Elections can help you make this moment count.
The plane?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Graphic images.
Red light, almost struck a vehicle. Still continuing westbound.
Can you make it full screen?
They did not find a basis to charge the officer. Bailing out,
Nice.
Copy, bailing out.
Essentially, you look at first second-degree murder.
Wait, why are you gonna stop showing the video?
Second-degree murder, there's an intent to kill, intent to great bodily harm. Did not find that here quite clearly. He's going past him. He's trying to cut him off from getting into a neighborhood.
Oh my God.
Didn't think he had enough time.
Listen to the fucking lies.
To actually stop the car, get out. The kids had quite a bit of head start.
You fucking killed somebody, you piece of shit.
So he tried to pull in front of him. As you can see, he made contact at some point in time, catching him with the side of his car. From a statement.
Oh my God, that killed him?
Well, he probably ran him over.
Oh, like, it's, wow. Oof.
He was trying to cut him off from going into the neighborhoods in the back there.
What were the charges? That it was felt it was
enough? He mentioned murder too.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
it should be.
I guess
it should be negligent homicide.
He's not guilty yet, but if
tried to pull in front of him.
Oh, they're not charging him.
Essentially caught his left.
He's getting away with it.
Right. But I'm saying if the guy's going around killing people, you know what I mean? Does that make
he should be charged with murder? Should be charged with negligent homicide.
That video on my channel, that's the front video. It shows the cop yanking the dude backwards. And then people's comments on the video were, oh, he assaulted his girlfriend and this and that. It's like, well, wait, do we want... I get it. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of it. But do we want cops being judges and, fucking...
executing people on the street?
Right, yeah.
I am the law.
Pulling off his shoe and kind of a slingshot down. You saw it was a violent fall to the ground.
The Associated Press has
been the most
trusted.
Wow. And he didn't get charged.
No. America.
America. Let the police run us over because nobody cares. It's black too, right? So that double, nobody cares. And that's not me. That's just the system.
I wouldn't be so sure that him being black is the only reason you heard about it. If it was a white guy, you might not even have heard about it.
Right? And why would we say that?
Because the news only cares when police, especially white police, kill black people.
Yeah, because it causes
strife, racial division.
Division, yeah, I agree. Rioting, bullshit.
And it also makes it look like to white people who don't interact with the police that everything's okay and they're just over there killing those crazy blacks who can't control themselves.
I remember years ago we were like doing all this research and we came across this thing and it was this training of cops and they would go into a movie theater and things would pop up and blah blah blah. And it was like, not only did the black cop shoot the black guy faster, but he shot him more times. It wasn't only the white cop who was a racist, but the black cop was also just as racist. Like, he was shooting the black guy more times. Like, he was more scared he had a gun than the white guy.
Which is kind of stupid if you think about it, because white people are usually better at shooting.
Right?
I
remember this BS. Trying to cut him off with his car, so he tried to hit him with a car then. He cut him off all right, says Kingpin. It's incredible. Shit happens every fucking day, and yet you got people out here who still bootleg. I don't get it.
The cops don't have enough power. They need to be more brutal.
Well, yeah. To get everybody to like them instead of just some of them. Not all cops are bad, but nowadays they tell you to hate and defund and make all races hate each other. Now they win, we lose. Well, I think sadly cops have been getting away with shit for so long that now that social media is such a big thing, they're not getting away with it anymore. And sadly, we're pissed off about it. Meanwhile, it's been going on for a long time and probably even worse in the past.
Unless you're like some secret undercover, like IAB officer whose sole mission is to put cops in prison, you're not a good cop. Like, there's no such thing. Quit. If you're a good person, quit your job if you're a cop.
Well, like, that would always be the discussion that Joe, like I would say, well, these guys, they put up with murder, the scum of the earth, drunk people. It's a shitty job. And I don't want to stick up for cops, but like Joe says, truth of the matter is when you got 8 cops on a force, doing bad things, violating people's rights, and you got 2 guys sitting back watching, you can't really say they're good cops. And I would try to fight that battle and say, well, maybe some of these guys are trying to support their families and, they just don't want to rat so that they end up getting shunned to some other department that they don't make money or ever get a fucking raise or, whatever you want to call it, to detective or whatever. So they just choose to keep their mouth shut. But, does it still make them a good cop? No, it just, sadly makes him somebody who's willing to turn the other way to support his family. Which, I would say a lot of men do to raise their family. They don't care.
For sure.
They're mad about it. I love when they call us sovereign citizens when their badge give them all rights we don't have.
I'll be right back.
Just don't give them rights we have. Our Jewish church had a drive-by shooting, and we all got was a phone call from an Oregon State Trooper 5 days later making excuses, not being investigated because he just worked a double. Oh, yeah. There are plenty of that bullshit going on. You're not important or you ain't got money. You don't get charged. Here we go. A little intermission with some beauty. All about that bass, bass.
I'm all about that bass, about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, about that bass.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no size 2, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do. So I got that boom boom, that all the boys are
Jonathan.
all the right junk in all the right places.
And they can break the law at their leisure, right?
That stuff ain't real. Come on and make it stop.
Some singing Canada said with cops just not caring. Some days feels like a free for all. Yeah, it's not much different here in America, Tiffany.
She said, boys, I got it more booty do than I.
It's getting bad in every city in America, man. It's scary to walk down the streets at this point. Really, it's really sad what drugs have done to this country. All started with doctors and pills. Some would say the great plan. Piggies break laws all the time. Right, Pat?
I'm just playing. I know you think you're fat, but I'm here to tell you every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top. Hey, my mama, she told me don't worry about the size. She said,
I believe it's people that pay our government. We all have the right to protect ourselves anywhere we go. Store, church, in my yard. Never walk up if you can't take the consequences. April! How are you? Much love, and I care. April, I'm getting a puppy. Had the weirdest thing happen, and a puppy found me. Silver Lab. Silver Lab. Silver Lab.
You see, my mama, she told me don't worry about your size.
Liberty or death.
Like a little more booty to hold at night. You know I won't be no stick figure silicone Barbie doll. So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move along. I'm all about the bass, no trouble. I'm all about the bass, the bass, no trouble. I'm all about the bass, the bass, no trouble. I'm all about the bass, the bass. I'm all about the bass, no trouble. I'm all about the bass, the bass, no trouble. I'm all about the bass, no trouble. I'm all about the bass, the bass.
25 likes. Damn, thank you guys. Almost to 4,000 subscribers. It's crazy. About 27 away, I think. 1,000 party.
Can you come to the stage, if you can call this thing a stage? Come join us. Make some music. She's the greatest.
Let's see. What are the music? Trouble? The link to this channel, Postmodern Jukebox. Hippie, many blessings, brother. I'm glad to see you doing good. All in chat, stay safe and stay blessed. In the mirror. Yeah, I'm getting a new dog. I'm so excited. It's getting clearer. The weird part is it's like God brought me the dog. Got 145 last count. Hope for 200 this year before I die. See if I can get you to 200, bro. I bet you I can. Couple drops in my community page. I'll make some videos of my puppy tomorrow. 2 days old. Delivered to me by the man himself. Hey, Mike. It's true. Damn. Nailed it, hippie. Yeah, everybody go check out TBI. 55 subs. I'm sure I can get to their TBI.
Can we see what she looks like?
TBI firefighter? He's a hot firefighter, dude.
The lady singing.
Oh, yeah. Of course, you know this girl. Why don't we see your head?
Oh, yeah, that's my girlfriend.
Yeah, you've seen this girl. I will check out your channel. Good shit. She is a beauty. Kind of like the red hair going better, I think, myself. What's this one? This is a new one.
She looks like an ex.
One of your ex-girlfriends?
Yeah.
Ain't no sunshine when he's gone.
Daryl Williams.
Not warm when he's away. There ain't no sunshine when he's gone.
Wow, she got a nice
He's
voice.
always gone too long. Anytime he goes away. Under this time where
Joe motherfucking cool.
wonder if he's going to stay.
We're waiting to show the bush until you got here, Joe.
There ain't no sunshine when he's gone in this house.
It's late.
Staying alone. Anytime.
Come save Dennison and I from showing more bush, Joe.
I know.
Let's chat, Joe. We were just talking about you earlier. We were talking about how you said that if it's 10 cops on a department, 2 of them are ignoring what's going on. They're not good cops. It's a tough battle. Hate sticking up for cops. Might be some truth in it, though. Yo, cool. Full bush and natural gas-based deodorants. Oh, man, you're too funny. There you go. Linky. Ain't no sunshine. Come on up.
What do you think? Bush or no bush?
I think most gals have no bush nowadays. I think it's cool. I kind of like a little bush myself. You like that clean shaven, Dennison?
I like it all kinds of ways.
Any way I can get it, Daddy.
I'm thinking it's carpet in this case.
Jonathan, I meant to say hi. How are you? Tell me more, hippie. Well, my son had a friend who's getting a divorce and had to leave the state temporarily, and asked my son to take care of his dog. And while the dog was here, I'm like, that dog's fat or it's pregnant. The next thing you know, 2 days later, it had puppies. 6 puppies.
My goodness.
So I got the choice pick of the puppies since we're doing the guy a favor. If you'd like to join the panel, here's the link. Yeah, Joe likes ranting and raving how he's black, but he still shoots that white semen. He can't get over that, can he? He's full of the white shit. Joe, you're full of that white shit, huh? Oh, it's a funny joke on God, huh?
The devil's juice.
Yeah, the devil's juice, right? It's got to be called that if it's white. Yeah, I'm excited, April. Cute little silver lab. It's got another dog. I can't figure out what the dog is. I don't know. The vet looked at him. The vet said we could have him. We could have them tested to find out exactly what they are, but they're cute. They're beautiful. Somebody to keep my head in the game. You know what I'm saying?
What does out of the game look like?
Hanging from the ceiling in the basement. Oh. Now that I had my neck surgery, I think that's out of the question. Hanging myself, hurt.
Why? Because you got titanium rods?
Yeah, they might poke through my neck or something and hurt for those last few seconds, you know. I think helium works real good. You take a plastic bag and put it over your head and take that helium gas and just pump it in there and take a nap. Painless. Yes. Sick, ain't it? That's what people in foreign countries do.
What, suck helium?
Kill yourself naturally without violence, I guess. Let's get the number for the suicide
Hotline?
prevention. Yeah. Anybody got the suicide prevention hotline number? If you're not feeling right, I'm not sure. Somebody was telling me recently that they were like stressed out. They called that number and they were like, made them feel worse.
I'm sure that won't happen to you, though. So if you need help, call 988.
Yeah. Call the police. They'll come and shoot you full of holes. You won't have to worry about it. Let's see. It's been so warm. It's supposed to be 75 tomorrow. It's like fucking. Suicide hotline. Let me put the number out there. Let's see. Wait, I can't spell suicide. You're not
It's
alone.
988.
Help. Oh, 988 is literally the number. Oh, no
Yeah.
shit. They changed it, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, that's badass. So if you need any help, anybody, don't forget to call 988.
No sunshine when he's gone. Only darkness every day. There ain't no sunshine when he's gone, and this house just ain't no home anytime he goes away. Anytime he goes away. Anytime he goes away.
Postmodern jukebox, everybody.
He goes away.
That's a new one. I've never heard that one before.
Nice dress.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Ain't even seen the front side yet. I'm happy.
In my eyes, indisposed, in disguises no one knows.
Good shit.
Hides the face, lies the snake, and the sun in my disgrace. Boiling heat,
A great idea. Taking modern songs and turning them into bluesy.
Call my name through the crane, and I'll hear you scream again.
I'm not sure, April.
Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come?
We're out of our mind, April.
Steal the warm with tire's friend. Times are gone.
Yeah. 6 puppies. I got a nice silver one.
In my shoes, walking slow. In my soul, I
wish I had a cigarette.
Heaven sent no one
Beautiful.
sounds like you anymore. Like whole sun,
Oh, this bitch.
Like whole
Sun, what? You don't like it?
This is blasphemy. First Bill Withers, now Chris Cornell. Am I the one whose internet is gone?
No, I backed out of the wrong one. You know, hippie, he's fucking stoned and silly. Darlene, you're more experienced than me, laugh out loud. They're nuts. They chewed me out and told me if I call back, they're calling 911. Yeah, it was TBI Dennison that told me that. They said they were going to call 911 if he called back. Wait, what? He's going to kill myself right now. They could send the police. Great. Then they'd kill me. Thanks anyway.
America.
America, if you call 911, you might die.
Oh, shit.
The cops will come. and they'll blow you full of holes. Probably some idiot turned you in for child abuse or some weird shit like that. Wait, huh?
Yeah, they said you had a Muslim cat.
Muslim cat? Right? He's got a terrorist pussy. What?
Yeah, you know, I saw the cat praying 6 times a day.
It was sitting weird. Gotta be a terrorist. If I had another crisis line tell me that they should be telling me their problems, these hotlines need secret auditors. Hint, hint. Sad but true. I recently went to Hollywood, Florida, Douglas, and seen Kenny Chesney. Hard Rock Casino. Yay, it was awesome. Cool.
I heard a rumor that he likes kebabs.
Who does? Kenny?
The cat.
Oh, really?
Can't trust a Muslim cat that likes kebabs, let me tell you.
Do you guys hear that anti-AI national anthem? I don't think so. Definitely not. It's depressing. What is?
AI anti-national anthem.
Yeah, what is that? Got a link? Darlene, yes, I took the questionnaire and it definitely had something to do with that. Wait, what? My son did a suicide prevention gig sponsored by Nike. Maybe just do it is the wrong message.
Good one, Douglas.
I like that. Just do it.
Good one.
It's the wrong logo for that. I don't call the cops.
Delivered that dry too. Like, I'm trying to think of the comic that reminds me of.
Oh, it's very well placed, my brother. I don't call the cops. It's like breaking the floor. I was with him in Hyannis one night, and somebody pulled a knife on him, and he didn't want to call the cops once he chased them out of there. And the owner of the store was about mad at him. He's like, why am I going to call the cops? So they can show up and fucking handcuff or shoot me? Fuck that. I thought to myself, well, maybe the guy needs some help, but shooting him in the fucking face, maybe the help he needs, right? You know, but because that's what cops tend to do with people with knives. Target practice. I haven't shot my gun in a while. 32 shots later. That butter knife is down on the ground.
I'm hit.
He's even like holding himself like like really? I mean, I guess for some people maybe getting shot you might not feel it at first, but that was
Where does that even come from, man? Was he like in Iraq or some shit?
Yeah. Like shooting his gun. This is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for fighting, and this is for fun. I know, I like where I live, every fucking tree around is acorn trees, oak trees. I mean, fucking shot up out here. See whiskey and T-Pain. World is just fucked. Everything is a mess. Ain't getting better anytime soon. What are you saying? You think Biden's going to be president again, Dennison?
Shit, I don't know. I mean,
go wake up Mississippi. I don't know. The AI says Trump. I even tried several different AIs, and they all said Trump was winning.
He's got a lot stacked against him. The incumbent usually wins. But, shit's cray out there.
I don't know if it would be tough guy attitude would be good the way things are right now. Pretty stern and some things.
I mean, here's the thing. Look on the bright side, people. America's fucked either way. So don't worry about it.
If we don't die from Putin, we'll die from pigs. Wanted, dead or alive. He's only got 8 million subscribers, Bon Jovi. Wanted. Wait, what is this? I search Wanted, Dead or Alive. It's old Steve McQueen. The fuck? You say that thing. The fuck? We used to watch some fucked up shit on TV back in the day, I'm just gonna say. He was a badass fucking guy, though, Steve. Oh, Mare's leg. My live. 9 people watching. Thank you, 9 people. Oh, my favorite of all favorite movies. Sling Blade. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Not a great movie.
I remember liking it, but I don't remember the movie.
Really? The end in this part. Sits down with the guy and fucking gives him the old lawnmower blade. Sharpens it all up. I'm gonna get music. The average time an empire lasts is 250 years. We're almost there, right? I'm schizo as fuck, so I count as 14 people. Kingpin, I'm doing alright. I found something. It was devastating, but that's life. And this morning, my son wrecked my Mustang. Thank God my son is okay. Sorry to hear that, April. You're being tested. The great test. I heard yesterday he was found guilty and been wondering what that means. I don't know if it means anything. Means somebody said he got 39 million in donations 2 hours after he was found guilty. That's what it means. He made $39 million. Yay. One thing that bothers me about Trump is his view on cops. Yeah, he wants to give them more money and give them more power, and he's kind of fucked in the fucking cop stuff. I agree.
He's also responsible for that beautiful shot.
Which one?
The most beautiful vaccine ever made.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and he didn't pardon Julian Assange or Edward Snowden. He didn't release the JFK files like he promised he would. So fuck that guy.
Right?
I hope he ends up in prison. The only thing better than him ending up in prison is if he ends up in prison and he wins, and our president lives in prison.
In prison? It's the Saggy Bottom Boys! What a great... That's another great movie. I don't know, Dennison.
I am a man of constant sorrow.
Wow. That was great. That was so good. Well, that's my line. You took my line. You took my line, okay? Okay. Okay. I just want you to I want them to fall over, be like, oh my god. Yeah, let's keep. Okay. Oh my god, yeah. Okay.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay. This is okay. Hold on. I gotta find the right drum kit for that and everything.
Come on, I want to hear music.
I want to see your tits fall out of that shirt.
Wait, let me put it back on, just in case.
There's always a 0.2% chance, you know?
I will pay extra. He's not going
and
to pay.
The bigger the tits and the more alcohol involved, then that increases the chances.
More of a chance.
Singing also increases the chance by about 0.1%.
Okay, no politics. It separates us all.
Hey, fuck you, Biden supporter.
Dennison, do you have a sing? Yeah, Dennison has a singing voice.
I do not have a singing voice.
If yes, he won't be going to prison, and appeals will take years, and he will end up with probation if he loses the appeal. So sad. Nobody cares
about those titties.
I don't know, the lips aren't bad either. He's kind of hot too. I don't know which way to go.
I don't know which way to go. This fucking guy.
Are they just gonna do all intro, or are we gonna fucking play some music?
Also, doesn't sound like the right song.
Get into it. Let's speed it up.
Damn. That's not what I was expecting.
Cause there's nothing like your love to get me
Sea whiskey. Oh, it's smooth.
strawberry
Man, they suspended that shit fast.
No, not yet.
It's just stream unavailable.
Is that what it says? I got my phone in my hand. It's still showing. Unless my phone is way behind. Uh-oh, you done fucked up, so yeah, you're right. I don't want to get on my phone. Shut down.
You gotta turn the music off.
I had to stop showing it, right? You been a bad boy. I don't know why my phone's so far behind. Weird. There's no way that song comes out. Some songs catch pretty quick, especially if it isn't first song played in that stream. We've been talking smack all day long. I'm surprised it went that long. It still isn't showing up on my phone as it got muted. There it is. Just now came up stream available. Why is my phone so far behind? Are we back yet? Ground
No.
control.
Yeah, see, that's the funny part, is that it had nothing to do with the song playing. It was the policy violation was your attempt to sing it.
Right? And now that I'm not monetized, they just block the streams now. That's why I kind of got bored with YouTube once I got demonetized.
Violation of YouTube's policy against cruelty against animals.
It's, yeah, well, we can't say humans because YouTube's not very.
Now, the soggy bottom thing, I can see how that would take you out, like, instantly. But
Yeah, because it's
the
a movie. We
remake
played a
of the
couple of
fucking...
things. Plus, we played the Sling Blade. Still down, huh?
No, you're back up now.
Fucking YouTube. Cruelty against humans. Oh, YouTube is. Can't let anybody have any fun. No fun for you. Just sit there and just sit there. Talk bad about people. Cat stepped on keyboard. No, YouTube didn't like. One of the many things. I played the Sling Blade chunk. That wasn't good. The Soggy Bottom Boys. That wasn't good. That last song, I don't think it had anything to do with that last song. I think it was just. Oh, man. Bad robot. Bad hippie. You're all bad. All the cops. He played music. He'd be arrested.
What's funny is it's all stuff you can play on YouTube.
I know. It's all about money. Everything is about money. Dennison, what do you look like? He looks like a dentist. I mean, there's no other explanation. We're like two opposites, like me and my wife. Like, I never shut my camera off. I make it big so everyone can see my disgusting, no teeth face. Fucking. And you're like probably some pretty boy with a pretty face and hiding behind stupid fucking pictures on you. We're so opposite. We're so opposite, son. Shit. Do you think it was because you showed the video? No, I think, yeah, definitely. I showed way too much of the Sling Blade. That's owned by a movie company. Soggy Bottom Boys. That's owned by a movie company. When you say it's not about the money, it's all about the money. No, it's all about the money. Since I got demonetized, they just block my stream. They don't like let me play it so that they can steal the stream and then, commercialize it and try to make money off it. But now they just block it, so it's kind of taking the fun out of it. Like, I bet
Why'd
this
you
will
get
get.
demonetized?
Oh, that was my fault. Stupidity, Dennison. I got bored one night and fucking deleted a bunch of videos, not realizing that if I deleted 132 videos, and that deleted my hours below the 4,000 instant demonetization. And they took away the advanced features. They recently gave me my advanced features back, but and they only did that because they wanted me to start posting shorts again. But I just kind of got pissed at YouTube. They gave me a strike, and then they took a bunch of videos down, all within a week. And then it was like right before my surgery, so I just kind of like, I'm still actually not by that strike. The 9th of this month, it goes away. Then I'll be a little more comfortable doing shit. You know what I mean? If I get 2 strikes, ugly. In South Bama, that called the AI a Nazi, and Bama apologized to the AI for me. Nice. I haven't seen South Alabama. I don't see anybody, honestly, but I haven't really talked to South Alabama in a minute. A couple weeks ago. Yeah. I didn't really talk to nobody steady. Slow burner a little bit. I talked to TBTI quite a bit. About it. Caucasian Sasquatch checks in quite a bit, make sure I'm still alive. He's a good dude. But yeah, when I'm off YouTube, I'm just kind of love giving strikes, right? That was my first strike in 4 years, almost 5 years. So I think I did pretty good. I talk to no one now. I hear you, Tiffany. I feel ya. Welcome back, everyone. Right? Tired of drama. Yeah, I was part of the drama for a while. I don't condone anybody who does what they do, but it's just not for me. The world is fucked up enough without adding to it with any bullshit, so. Hey, look, there he is, South Bella McGump. Yeah, I don't participate in the drama no more. Makes you grow, makes a lot of people come around, but what's up, Gump? But I'm still not a fan of it. Rather make people happy for a minute, if possible. least chill and just have a place to speak your mind or whatever without attacking people and doxing people and all that stuff that people do. Coming to the gump hippie, right? Yeah, I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen anybody though. So I talked to Gump on the phone there a while back ago. I come up, but my dog tore up my headphones today. Oh my god, poor bastard. I just got a new dog, Gump. It's 2 days old, so I'm gonna try and get some pictures of it tomorrow. But my son taking care of a friend of his dog, and dog was pregnant, popped out fucking 6 babies. So there's 5 chocolate labs and 1 silver lab, so I'm gonna take the silver because I miss my dog Elsa too much to replace her. So yeah, I gotta wait 6 weeks or so before I can take her away from her mother. But yeah, it'll be great raising her right from when she was born right on up. So it'll be fun for my YouTube channel. And we got a good friend who's a secretary at a veterinarian's office, and she said since it was a rescue, they'll do the shots, the first shed of shots for $180. So that's a pretty good deal. Rabies and distemper and blah blah blah. So I'm probably gonna end up just doing that somehow, some way. He's not a weird mariner. I'll show you some pictures of the sister, Darlene. It's got really long, pointy ears. I was trying to look up what the male is. We don't see the father. We have the daughter here, so it's actually a family thing, which doesn't excite me too much. But the vet said that's pretty normal. But I'm just excited to have somebody to keep me busy. Think about all the time, you know how I am, maybe. Right? Appreciate that. I'm starting to do better now, so get myself back in the game again. Been doing physical therapy. It's really been helping. Some exercising and just trying to get my posture better and learning what I can and can't do. It's like anything below your shoulders, you're good. You don't want to be raising your hands above your head and doing shit up there, but YouTube is a piss poor platform. Wish there was a stronger competition for freedom. Well, there is, but it's hard to get people to go there. I mean, I have a great account over on Rumble. You can do anything over there. We can play music videos. We can play movies. We can play Scarface and sit there and chat while Scarface is playing. But difficult to get people to get over there. I know a few people are starting to go over there. I know Devo goes over there. I know April's friend does the Bible stuff over there. Been seeing his name popping up from Rumble. So a lot of people are moving there. Another place that's pretty free is Kick, Kick, but it's a bit difficult to get live on there. I've done it a few times. It's a pain. You gotta like copy and paste the fucking stream login and ID number and take it from YouTube over to Kick, and it's not very well set up yet, but you go over to Kick, you'll see chat rooms over there with 10,000 people all day long. Like there are 50 times the amount of people on Kick that are on YouTube. So there are some other platforms, but again, it's hard to get. You either got to go start a whole new gathering of people, or make your own music hippie. Dennison loves AI. We were talking about that earlier, Bama Gump. Yeah, we were talking about it. How I've been messing with that Sonai for 5 or 6 months, and people have just started to use it now. I've been using that shit forever. Will it help if you get the super chats for support? Yeah, I don't have super chats anymore. They took my monetization away. But like I was telling Dennison, I got bored one night and deleted a bunch of my streams. And they took all of my YouTube stuff away. They took my monetization. They took my advanced features. Basically stripped my channel down to nothing. And so recently I got my advanced features, which really just, it only gives you the right to pin comments in the comment section, and it allows you to drop more videos per day. Like if Dennison doesn't have advanced features, he can only 3 notifications a day. If you have advanced features, you have I don't know how many, more than 3 notifications per day. So not that I'm using it, but so once I get back above 2,000 hours again, I'll get my monetization, then I'll be able to do super chats and all that. So right now, the only way I can do stuff is the PayPal and Cash App. So YouTube is a pain in the butt. Pretty soon, once I get back up to 2,000 hours of view time, if you want to help, they can put on a playlist, like my auditing playlist. It's like 10 hours. And when you go to sleep, put your phone on your charger, turn down the volume, and press play. And that'll help my hours grow again. Once I get back to monetization again, it'll be a little more like normal. I think YouTube treats you a little better. But Rumble and Kick, right? Yeah, Rumble is a lot of fun, but Ian Gump did Rumble for a while, and the thing that's weird about Rumble is you're not supposed to click. You're not supposed to drop links in YouTube that will make people leave YouTube. Now, if we put a bunch of links to go to Rumble, there's a good chance someone could complain. That's against terms of service. You can't try to link somebody away from YouTube. So, and then the weird thing about Rumble is when you set up an account, you have to go into your settings and do this and do that. And finally, you get to an area where you can put notifications on. And that means just like YouTube, when I go live, you would know that I went live. But those notifications aren't easy to put on. So it's just, there's no easier, better way that I see. Till Rumble or till Kick steps up their login. When me and Gump did Rumble too, we'd have like 22 people watching, but no one would ever type in the chat. It was just me and Gump sitting there. I feel like it was Rumble just with a bunch of fake bots. Rumble now has a broadcast studio like StreamYard. Really? No shit. I haven't seen that. I haven't been in there in a while. How are you feeling, Hippie? That's gonna be fun for you. I like having kid all over again. Yeah. Bitter and scrappy and adorable. Yeah, I'm doing good, April. Thank God for physical therapy's really helped me turn the corner. She just kind of, I have a head of the physical therapy, and she's really showing me what all my pain is, why I'm having the pain, where it locates from, what muscle groups and things have been fucking with me, and she's just been helping me activate a lot of these muscles and just try to get them to start regrowing. Until I get my muscles normal in my neck again, I'm just stuck with some pain. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling. Last week I've had like 5 to 7 days of, even on the rainy day, I've been doing pretty good. So told her today I feel like I've turned the corner with this surgery recovery anyway. I still have pain, but manageable. Never have problems with Facebook except when I drop my videos. They keep on muting them. So I go around a few times with them and then I win. I'm tired of fighting with them. Right? YouTube is the NFL. I have Rumble too. Yeah, Rumble is really good because we can really do some anything. We can do music. We could play a movie. Sit there and have a couple of drinks or a couple of puffs and watch a movie. And there's no strike and there's no copyright. And like you play a George Michael video or a Michael Jackson video from start to finish without any fear. That's great. That's the way it should be here on YouTube. I've said all along, I wish they would just make it like a 5 or 10 year period in a one payment. Whatever it might be, $100, $150, $200, and then you're allowed to play anything in that 5 year period. But they're too greedy and would rather go for the max amount of money they can possibly get. Good physical therapist is an awesome thing. You might ask about using a TENS unit. Help me when I get it. I want to dive at. TENS unit, that's the vibrating thing someone was talking about earlier. Yeah. I don't want no more surgeries. Fuck. I'm done with surgeries. Doctor did say I had a great heart, though. I was pretty amazed to hear that. Considering all the shitty drugs and things I've done in my life and drink. Heart was textbook. That's pretty. Textbook. Bad pain. Dang cat only loves me when texting. My door is shut and my cat would probably be in here clawing at me right now too, TBI. Will Burner never came up. I think he scared him away, Dennison.
My bad.
Electric shocks. He was either that or he was really excited about the daddy comment. Micro electric shocks. Yeah. I've heard that's there's a lawsuit going on right now about that shit. People are suing because it's having a kind of adverse reaction. I want to rely on nothing but Mother's fucking nature. I thought Dennison fell asleep. Nah. Dylan. I don't understand why they get paid too.
Who's they?
Well, she's talking about like the money that YouTube takes, right? They really pay the record holder. That's neither here nor there. We've never been able to authenticate that. Right? So.
What money? You talking about advertising dollars?
Yes.
They pay them the same way they pay everybody.
So my question would be, so say I play blah 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 song and it's a copyright infringement and they're gonna now use some money towards a supposed commercial watching to pay the license holder of that song, right? So let's assume it's less than a penny. They actually paying them money. So yes. I mean, who's watching over all of that? I guess the IRS. I don't know. To say nobody ever watches my video that is going to share the supposed money from, then I don't know. Seems skeptical. It's like the government trusting that they're actually. Or you can't have ads on that video. Yeah. YouTube's tricky. It's all about them. It's like government, only bigger. I mean, wait, did I say that? Time is it, Dennison?
What happened?
2:14. I was seeing what time it was. 2:14. Man, breasts are huge. Can't believe they shut me down. Just live and forever. Couple weeks. Alright, I guess I should let you guys go. It stimulates your release of endorphins, also known as natural opioids.
What does?
I don't know. I was thinking I need some stimulation. Aw. Doing great. Yeah, not bad, I guess, for first day back. I haven't talked this long enough. Like, I do gaming sitting in the chair quite a bit, but I'm not talking and talking. My voice is still weird. Not quite there. Can't yell. Hurts if I raise my voice.
All right, go fuck yourselves.
Hi, buddy. Peace. Bye, Dennison. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for coming by, Kingpin. Appreciate you. April. Tiffany. Bama Gump. All for swinging by. Smash that like if you haven't already smashed it. And see you guys tomorrow night. Night, Tiffany. Sleep well. Darlene. Well, let the bed bugs bite, John boy. Love you guys. See you tomorrow night, probably. Pitches to the doggy. Bye. Peace and ball leaves.